Nobody's
my
watching.
my current count is 0. So yes.
So we're lack.
Oh, never mind. My current count is 7. We have 7 whole people.
Oh, cool.
Whoa!
Hey.
Hi,
Oh.
Evan.
Hi, Mom. Just kidding. My mom's
we
not
do,
watching.
like-
Honestly, my mom, I think, is watching.
Tim's
Mom
mom
might
is
be
on.
watching.
Tim's mom.
Yeah.
We love you, Michelle.
I love Tim's mom.
Yeah.
Do like commercials while we wait for like
We got 7 people
Quack's
watching. Let's just
rock
roll
channel.
into it.
Let's do it.
Play some D&D.
So I'm going to do a little intro for those of you who are joining us tonight. We have been playing together for, 76 sessions? 77?
This is episode 73.
73. So I'm going to abridge a very long story. Just the kind of most current adventure that we are on. So at the moment, our intrepid party Blackwater, who you'll be introduced to in a second, has set off on a quest to secure the safety of 7 ancient divine seals, which have sealed away the evil god of madness, Tharizdun, millennia ago. Having stumbled upon the machinations of the mysterious King Velsum of Bakal, the former employer of Kokanee Buckwild, a member of Blackwater, Blackwater discovered that, in fact, several of these seals had already been broken, unleashing horrible denizens of the abyss onto the material plane and sowing more chaos and empowering Velsum. After securing 1 seal, which now resides in the chest of Kokanee Buckwild, replacing his stolen heart, they have set off to the uncharted islands of the Forgotten Expanse, where no expedition has ever returned in search of a seal they have discovered was being kept there. After a harrowing journey through ghostly fog and illusions meant to drive them mad, they landed on the shores of the Forgotten Expanse, which in fact was the remnants of the ancient city of Manta, the former city of the Raven Queen, which had been under siege during the Dawn War, a war between the gods and the primordial titans several thousand years prior. This colorless wasteland appeared to be a snapshot of the final moments. Petrified vegetation turning to ash underfoot, they traveled into the heart of the city. As they did, they were set upon by a Nightwalker, a terrifying creature native to the negative plane that can only exist when someone enters the plane. The Nightwalker is shunted out, imprisoning that poor soul in the plane. And only when the Nightwalker is returned to its home plane can that creature hope to escape. As they squared off with the Nightwalker in their path, it was easily banished by one of the party's wizards, Spooky Pants, or as she is known, Yana. Avoiding a potentially deadly conflict, Blackwater pressed ahead into the center of the city, finding the long-sealed tomb of the Raven Queen, who had been killed at this very spot, betrayed during the siege by one of her own priestesses while she manifested her divine soul in a physical presence to save the city. After making their way through the tomb filled with rooms dedicated to each of the gods with challenges designed to push them to their absolute limits mentally and physically, they are now in the room of Paylor, which held a snapshot of the Raven Queen's final moments. They learned of her betrayal at the hands of Asilis and her sister, Nephthisicat, who in an attempt to save the dying Raven Queen attempted to contain her divine essence from completely dying, opened a rift to the negative plane, sealing the dying queen away just as some of her divine essence exploded in a shockwave that destroyed all life in Manta, leaving only bones behind. Nephthisicat was spared by the Tree of Life, Thalbask, which resided in the center of the city and is now petrified around her, providing a cocoon of sorts. She went on to ascend into godhood herself and replace the Raven Queen as the goddess of the moment of life and death. So, we can now go around and introduce our characters.
Who's going first?
Why don't we have... Oh, I'm at the top of the thing. I'm in the top corner. So it's going to go me, Sean, then M, Jenny, Lennon, Matt. We'll do it in that order. Sound good?
Cool.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Take it away.
Alrighty. So, hi everyone. My name is Adam, and I am playing. I play Finnan Aganis. He's a young warlock who is likely in over his head. He's headstrong, sometimes a little naive. Finnan always tries to do what he feels is right, though this sometimes leads him into dangerous situations. Blinded by a jilted ex-patron, he has a pair of magical goggles that his new patron has bestowed upon him, allowing him the ability to see in all darkness. an ability he never lets anyone forget he has.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Sean, and I am playing Letters. Letters is a Minotaur muscle wizard, which means he's like a regular wizard, but he likes to punch. Letters is a former gladiator, and Letters loves three things: a good fight, a good book, and building his personal brand.
Awesome. Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm Em, and I play Nepentha, a tiefling grave cleric who serves Nephthisiket. You'll hear her referred to as Neppy by the party. They gave her that nickname really early on. She hated it to start off with, but now she actually quite likes it. Neppy is the high priestess of Nephthisiket, and her temple is deep in the heart of a desert in a continent far away from Mulfar. When Neppy was 14, she was visited by her goddess and given the prophecy that beware of he who is promised, who will upset the balance and bring the end to all things. So Neppy trained for years and years and left her temple and out on her mission. Over on this journey, Neppy's grown a lot. She's learning about the world. She's finding joy in things other than her faith. And she's even fallen in love, which is pretty cool. Neppy's really wise, compassionate, protective, and fierce. For sure, like a mom figure in the party. She loves rules and structure. And she'll really fight for what she believes in and who she believes in at any cost. Thanks. That's Neppy. Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name's Jen. I play Yana Wildcloak, the former
Oh, did she freeze?
Oh, she broke.
friends to her.
Oh, Jen, you had a bit of a hiccup there. So try that from the top.
How long did I lose you?
All of it.
Ooh,
We're so
all of it, yeah.
unprofessional.
Great.
How's your internet connection?
Spotty as always, but
Well, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, what good timing.
For now,
Again.
why don't we move on to Lennon? Hopefully Jenny's internet will stabilize in the meantime. But Lennon, why don't you introduce Callie and then?
Okay.
Sorry, Jenny.
Okay, I'm Lennon. I play Calliope Skysinger. She is a Protector ASMR, Paladin of Vengeance, follower of Melora. Callie joined the party in the town of Svellen about episode 3 or 4. She grew up as an orphan, and when she aged out, she was part of an order of paladins of Melora that was murdered by a fiend named Baron von Kron. She was the only one to survive losing her partner, Thea. Callie's aim was to hunt down the Baron and seek her vengeance, which she succeeded in doing with the party of Blackwater, and is now along for the ride. Callie just recently had a wedding and is now married to Kamea Skysinger, the Queen of Wolfreen. Callie is loyal, fun, sometimes chaotic, and the life of the party. She is so protective and from her own admission can't leave anyone anywhere. That's Callie.
Do you want to try again, Jen?
Round 2.
Go for it.
You got it.
Hi, my name's Jen. I play Yana Wildcloak, the former fugitive known by many names, most recently Spooky Pants, in reference to her very concerningly skulls and skeletons.
We got up to concerningly.
Concerningly haunting pants is the reason why she chose that name. She's a forest gnome necromancer with a heart of gold. She's fiercely loyal.
Oh, this is going to be a problem.
Well, we'll get through her intro, and that shouldn't be an issue because I think it's long. If she's talking for a long time, it's kind of getting a little thing. We got fiercely loyal, heart of gold, and you have a thing on your head.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's needed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I play Kokanee Buckwild, a professional adventurer turned cleric. Kokanee was forced into a life of crime as a child, stealing for his father and his king, who are now trying to bring the end of the world. Since meeting Blackwater, he's freed himself from his father's grasp, found love and found his god. He's now the high priest to Arathis, a forgotten god making his return. He stays with the party to keep them safe, to stop his father from bringing the world to the end, and to be a better man to make up for the years that he absolutely couldn't be.
Nice.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
Great. So we pick up, and just a couple of housekeeping things. Emma and I have a toddler who's sleeping, so if we have to take an unexpected intermission, it's probably because she woke up, or our asshole cat is scratching at our door, just so you know. Okay, so we pick up as the illusion in Palor's room, which was the final snapshot of the Raven Queen's life, slowly faded away as you have now are in an open round chamber. You found, almost by sheer luck, a very small floating keyhole that seemed to be encircled by a purple gold arcane energy, very, very tiny. You also found a kneeling statue of a priest with an orb set atop an altar, as Nepenthe cast life transference on this very much lifelike statue. Believing it to be perhaps petrified, a shadowy figure appeared in the presence of necromantic magic. So we will start off by all rolling initiative.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Here we go, team. Here we go.
Okay.
Tim, that's going to be... Oh, wait. You'll call it out.
Yeah.
Ooh, not great. Not great. First roll of the night. Not great.
In all my preparing, I didn't have my dice box next to me.
That means you
God.
can't play anymore, so...
It's
Sorry,
right here.
Adam.
Get fucked.
All right.
Woof.
So 25 to 20.
23.
Oh, so speedy.
I do my best.
20 to 15.
19.
15 to 10.
And
Ooh, indeed.
a big
Uh,
oofty.
10 to 5.
7.
Okay, fin in. That'd be 6. And what was yours, Spooky?
18.
18. Okay, cool.
So just so everyone knows, I've got a combat cam happening right over here. So this is the figure that's come up behind us, and we've got everybody here in a circle. So if you're all going to just have to tell me what to do, I will move it on the board. This is also as close as I can get it without my contraption falling over. So that's if we're going to go for it.
So you see as Neppy goes to cast life transference on this statue, you see this kind of wraith-like figure appear behind you, similar to the priests that you saw in the illusion, however, somewhat more ethereal, and the face is completely obscured by the hood as its hand raises up, pointing towards Neppy. So, Letters, you're up first.
Letters is going to say, turn the key in the hole and do the thing. And he's going to run up to the thing because he assumes we got bad news, and he's going to attack it. I'm gonna try to hit it with the old booming blade horns.
Okay.
That's going to be 11, so I assume that's not going to work.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, woofty.
Just do not seem to be able to find purchase its ethereal form.
That's bad news. Then, yeah, I'm just, like, in front of it, and we're going to hope for the best.
Okay.
Oh, point of order, just sorry. If everyone can adjust their hit points on D&D Beyond, that way people will be able to keep track of where we're at live on the stream.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, Tim, just a
Yeah.
super quick question. Where in the room was the keyhole? If the sundial's here, where did we find
It
that keyhole?
is. I will point it out.
The joys of playing in the same room. You can just come over and show me.
Oh, I thought he was traveling to a different camera screen.
Yeah, that's outside actually. He's got to go like
Runs
4
around.
different. Yeah, 100%.
Can you hear my roommate singing The Frozen?
That song is so good. After I saw that, I was like,
See that crayon?
into the unknown.
I'm watching it tomorrow because it's now on Disney Plus.
Oh, also, I never introduced myself. My name's Tim. I'm the Dungeon Master.
Yay,
Yeah.
Tim!
Okay, so Kokanee, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to it and
Mhm.
cast.
Letters, how close did you want to get?
Let's cast ice.
Within melee, if I could.
I don't think actually you could, unless you have to use a full dash.
Well, then, can I get within 15 feet?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You
What's
can
your speed?
move through the party.
Oh, yeah. What's your speed?
30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get within, you can get within 10 feet.
And I missed my attack. Great. It's all coming together.
Can I get into combat? Am I within 30 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, you are.
Cool. I'm gonna as I'm running, I'm gonna pull out my long gun and I'm gonna cast Ice Bayonet at 2nd level.
Nice.
And then I'm going to action surge and make a couple attacks.
Okay.
So we are killing this thing.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
All right.
That'll be a 25 to hit on the first.
25 hits.
And the second will be 25 as well.
25 hits as well.
So that will be 4d6 times 2.
I love it every time your camera follows you.
Right?
It makes
Action
it because
cam.
it like zooms out and zooms in. It's so
Yeah.
intense.
So
like-
dynamic.
The first one is going to be 19 points of damage,
19. Okay.
most of which is ice damage. I don't know if that matters. And the second one is
Cold
going
damage,
to be cold damage. Sorry. I don't know how to play D&D.
None of us do.
That'll be 16 plus 6 is 22 for the second one.
Ew. Okay, so as your ice bayonet seems to find purchase in the creature, you can see that the ice does not seem to, it doesn't seem to you don't seem to hit with the same kind of force that you're used to with your ice bayonet, as its form is somewhat ephemeral. You can see it like it visibly get hit, but the ice seems to dissipate rather quickly. All right. Anything else?
Okay.
You're good? Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Spooky.
I'm good.
I think, Matthew, your camera's frozen. Oh, no, you're back.
there it
You're
is.
good.
I'm here. Is
Yep,
it moving?
Guys, episode 1, we're getting out all the kinks.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right. Spooky, you're up.
I look to Nepentha and ask, are we killing it or buying?
Time.
Okay, dance time. And I cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on the creature.
Okay. All right. And that is a wisdom save?
No, it's
It's
irresistible.
nada. It just goes off.
Oh, nice.
It can make a wisdom save to break out of it on its
Right.
turn.
It's irresistible.
You're of course.
So the target becomes a comic dance in place, shuffling, tapping its feet, and capering for the duration of the spell.
So you
So
can
I
see
am
it's,
concentrating.
Yeah, you got it.
you can see its kind of ghostly form as it is kind of hovering above the ground to start to it's very strange. It is sort of like it's a dance very reminiscent of how Nepentha moves when she's doing her chanting. It's sort of like very rhythmic swaying. It's bizarre. All right.
What's the spell range on Otto's Irresistible Dance, Spooky?
And it is going to use
30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move you so you can
I'm
get 30
within.
feet.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. All right. So it is now the Guardian's turn. It is going to
Dance?
It's going to dance in place, but it can attack, I believe.
We'll
Yeah, it's not going to use its movement. Cool.
Okay, cool.
I mean, should we just
yeah, let's
dive
do
right
it.
in? You want to?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's give it a second.
Couple
'cause
minutes.
My
Nobody's
my
watching.
current count is 0. So yes.
So we're live.
So
Oh,
we're
never
gonna
mind. My current count is 7. We have 7 whole people.
Oh, cool.
Whoa. Hi.
Oh.
Seven.
Hi, Mom. Just kidding. My mom's
we
not
do,
watching.
like-
Honestly, my mom, I think, is watching.
Tim's
Mom
mom
might be
is-
watching.
Tim's mom.
We love you, Michelle.
I love Tim's mom.
Yeah.
do like commercials while we wait for like
We got 7 people
Clax
watching. Let's just
rock
roll
channel.
into it.
Let's do it.
Play some D&D.
So I'm going to do a little intro for those of you who are joining us tonight. We have been playing together for, 76 sessions? 77?
This is episode 73.
73. So I'm going to abridge a very long story. Just the kind of most current adventure that we are on. So at the moment, our intrepid party Blackwater, who you'll be introduced to in a second, has set off on a quest to secure the safety of 7 ancient divine seals, which have sealed away the evil god of madness, Tharizdun, millennia ago. Having stumbled upon the machinations of the mysterious King Velsum of Bakal, the former employer of Kokanee Buckwild, a member of Blackwater, Blackwater discovered that, in fact, several of these seals had already been broken, unleashing horrible denizens of the abyss onto the material plane and sowing more chaos and empowering Velsum. After securing 1 seal, which now resides in the chest of Kokanee Buckwild, replacing his stolen heart, they have set off to the uncharted islands of the Forgotten Expanse, where no expedition has ever returned in search of a seal they have discovered was being kept there. After a harrowing journey through ghostly fog and illusions meant to drive them mad, they landed on the shores of the Forgotten Expanse, which in fact was the remnants of the ancient city of Manta, the former city of the Raven Queen, which had been under siege during the Dawn War, a war between the gods and the primordial titans several thousand years prior. This colorless wasteland appeared to be a snapshot of the final moments. Petrified vegetation turning to ash underfoot, they traveled into the heart of the city. As they did, they were set upon by a Nightwalker, a terrifying creature native to the negative plane that can only exist when someone enters the plane. The Nightwalker is shunted out, imprisoning that poor soul in the plane. And only when the Nightwalker is returned to its home plane can that creature hope to escape. As they squared off with the Nightwalker in their path, it was easily banished by one of the party's wizards, Spooky Pants, or as she is known, Yana. Avoiding a potentially deadly conflict, Blackwater pressed ahead into the center of the city, finding the long-sealed tomb of the Raven Queen, who had been killed at this very spot, betrayed during the siege by one of her own priestesses while she manifested her divine soul in a physical presence to save the city. After making their way through the tomb filled with rooms dedicated to each of the gods with challenges designed to push them to their absolute limits mentally and physically, they are now in the room of Paylor, which held a snapshot of the Raven Queen's final moments. They learned of her betrayal at the hands of Asilis and her sister, Nephthisicat, who in an attempt to save the dying Raven Queen attempted to contain her divine essence from completely dying, opened a rift to the negative plane, sealing the dying queen away just as some of her divine essence exploded in a shockwave that destroyed all life in Manta, leaving only bones behind. Nephthisicat was spared by the Tree of Life, Thalbask, which resided in the center of the city and is now petrified around her, providing a cocoon of sorts. She went on to ascend into godhood herself and replace the Raven Queen as the goddess of the moment of life and death. So, we can now go around and introduce our characters.
Who's going first?
Why don't we have... Oh, I'm at the top of the thing. I'm in the top corner. So it's going to go me, Sean, then Em, Jenny, Lennon, Matt. We'll do it in that order. Sound good?
Cool.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Take it away.
Alrighty. So, hi everyone. My name is Adam, and I am playing. I play Finnaganis. He's a young warlock who is likely in over his head. He's headstrong, sometimes a little naive. Finnan always tries to do what he feels is right, though this sometimes leads him into dangerous situations. Blinded by a jilted ex-patron, he has a pair of magical goggles that his new patron has bestowed upon him, allowing him the ability to see in all darkness, an ability he never lets anyone forget he has.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Sean, and I am playing Letters. Letters is a minotaur muscle wizard, which means he's like a regular wizard, but he likes to punch. Letters is a former gladiator, and Letters loves three things: a good fight, a good book, and building his personal brand.
Awesome. Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm Em, and I play Nepentha, a tiefling grave cleric who serves Nepthysiket. You'll hear her referred to as Neppy by the party. They gave her that nickname really early on. She hated it to start off with, but now she actually quite likes it. Neppy is the high priestess of Nepthysiket, and her temple is deep in the heart of a desert in a continent far away from Wolfar. When Neppy was 14, she was visited by her goddess and given the prophecy that beware of he who is promised, who will upset the balance and bring the end to all things. So Neppy trained for years and years and left her temple and out on her mission. Over on this journey, Neppy's grown a lot. She's learning about the world. She's finding joy in things other than her faith. And she's even fallen in love, which is pretty cool. Neppy's really wise, compassionate, protective, and fierce. For sure, like a mom figure in the party. She loves rules and structure. And she'll really fight for what she believes in and who she believes in at any cost. Thanks. That's Neppy. Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name's Jen. I play Yana Wildcloak, the former
Oh, did she freeze?
Oh, she
reference to her
Oh,
Jen, you had a bit of a hiccup there. So
Oh,
try
God.
that from the
How long
top.
did I lose you?
all
The
of
whole
it.
thing?
We're so
All of it, yeah.
unprofessional.
Great. I'll
How's your
try it
internet
again.
connection?
Spotty as always, but
Well, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, what good timing.
For now,
Again.
why don't we move on to Lennon? Hopefully Jenny's internet will
Stabilize.
stabilize in the meantime. But Lennon, why don't you introduce Callie and then?
Okay.
Sorry, Jenny.
Okay, I'm Lennon. I play Calliope Skysinger. She is a Protector Aasimar, Paladin of Vengeance, follower of Melora. Callie joined the party in the town of Svelen about episode 3 or 4. She grew up as an orphan, and when she aged out, she was part of an order of paladins of Melora that was murdered by a fiend named Baron von Kron. She was the only one to survive losing her partner, Thea. Callie's aim was to hunt down the Baron and seek her vengeance, which she succeeded in doing with the party of Blackwater, and is now along for the ride. Callie just recently had a wedding and is now married to Kamea Skysinger, the Queen of Wolfreen. Callie is loyal, fun, sometimes chaotic, and the life of the party. She is so protective and from her own admission can't leave anyone anywhere. That's Callie.
Do you want to try again, Jen?
Round 2.
Go for
Okay.
it.
You got it.
Hi, my name's Jen. I play Yana Wildcloak, the former fugitive known by many names, most recently Spooky Pants, in reference to her very concerningly skulls and skeletons.
We got up to concerningly.
Concerningly haunting pants is the reason why she chose that name. She's a forest gnome necromancer with a heart of gold. She's fiercely loyal.
Oh, well, this is going to be a problem.
Well, we'll get through her intro, and that shouldn't be an
Yeah.
issue because I think it's long. If she's talking for a long time, it's kind of getting a little thing. We got fiercely loyal, heart of gold, and you have a thing on your head.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's needed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I play Kokanee Buckwild, professional adventurer turned cleric. Kokanee was forced into a life of crime as a child, stealing for his father and his king, who are now trying to bring the end of the world. Since meeting Blackwater, he's freed himself from his father's grasp, found love, and found his god. He's now the high priest to Arathis, a forgotten god making his return. He stays with the party to keep them safe, to stop his father from bringing the world to the end, and to be a better man to make up for the years that he absolutely couldn't be.
Nice.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
Great. So we pick up, and just a couple of housekeeping things. Emma and I have a toddler who's sleeping, so if we have to take an unexpected intermission, it's probably because she woke up, or our asshole cat is scratching at our door, just so you know. Okay, so we pick up as the illusion in Palor's room, which was the final snapshot of the Raven Queen's life, slowly faded away as you have now are in an open round chamber. You found, almost by sheer luck, a very small floating keyhole that seemed to be encircled by a purple gold arcane energy, very, very tiny. You also found a kneeling statue of a priest with an orb set atop an altar. As Nepenthe cast life transference on this very much lifelike statue, believing it to be perhaps petrified, a shadowy figure appeared in the presence of necromantic magic. So we will start off by all rolling initiative.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Here we go, team. Here we go.
Okie dokie.
Tim, that's going to be... Oh, wait. You'll call it out.
Yeah.
Ooh, not great. Not great. First roll of the night. Not great.
In all my preparing, I didn't have my dice box next to me.
That means you
God.
can't play anymore, so
It's
Sorry,
right here.
Adam.
Get fucked.
All right.
Woof.
So 25 to 20.
23.
Oh, so speedy.
I do my best.
20 to 15.
19.
15 to 10.
and
Ooh, indeed.
a big
Uh,
oofty.
10 to 5.
7.
Okay, Finn and 6. And what was yours, Spooky?
18.
18. Okay, cool.
So just so everyone knows, I've got a combat cam happening right over here. So this is the figure that's come up behind us, and we've got everybody here in a circle. So if you're all going to just have to tell me what to do, I will move it on the board. This is also as close as I can get it without my contraption falling over. So that's what we're going to go for it.
So you see as Neppy goes to cast life transference on this statue, you see this kind of wraith-like figure appear behind you, similar to the priests that you saw in the illusion, however, somewhat more ethereal, and the face is completely obscured by the hood as its hand raises up, pointing towards Neppy. So, Letters, you're up first.
Letters is going to say, turn the key in the hole and do the thing. And he's going to run up to the thing because he assumes we got bad news, and he's going to attack it. I'm gonna try to hit it with the old booming blade horns.
Okay.
That's going to be 11, so I assume that's not going to work.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, woofty.
Just do not seem to be able to find purchase its ethereal form.
That's bad news. Then, yeah, I'm just like in front of it, and we're going to hope for the best.
Okay.
Oh, point of order, just sorry. If everyone can adjust their hit points on D&D Beyond, that way people will be able to keep track of where we're at live on the stream.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, Tim, just a
Yeah.
super quick question. Where in the room was the keyhole? If the sundial's here, where did we find
It
that keyhole?
is. I will point it out.
The joys of playing in the same room. You can just come over and show me.
Oh, I thought he was traveling to a different camera screen.
Yeah, that's outside actually. He's got to go like
Runs
4
around.
different. Yeah, 100%.
Can you hear my roommate singing The Frozen?
That song is so good. After I saw that, I was like,
See that crayon?
into the unknown.
I'm watching it tomorrow because it's now on Disney Plus.
Oh, also, I never introduced myself. My name's Tim. I'm the dungeon master.
Yay,
Yeah.
Tim!
Okay, so Kokanee, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to it and
Mhm.
cast.
Letters, how close did you want to get?
Let's cast ice.
Within melee, if I could.
I don't think
Mhm.
actually you could, unless you
Oh.
have to use a full dash.
Well, then, can I get within 15 feet?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You
What's
can
your speed?
move through the party.
Oh yeah. What's your speed?
30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get within, you can get within 10 feet.
And I missed my attack. Great. It's all coming together.
Can I get into combat? Am I within 30 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, you are.
Cool. I'm gonna as I'm running, I'm gonna pull out my long gun and I'm gonna cast Ice Bayonet at 2nd level.
Nice.
And then I'm going to action surge and make a couple attacks.
Okay.
So we are killing this thing.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
All right.
That'll be a 25 to hit on the first.
25 hits.
And the second will be 25 as well.
25 hits as well.
So that will be 4d6 times 2.
I love it every time your camera follows
I know,
you.
right?
It makes
Action
it because
cam.
it like zooms out and zooms in. It's so
Yeah.
intense.
So
like-
dynamic.
The first one is going to be 19 points of damage,
19. Okay.
most of which is ice damage. I don't know if that matters. And the second one is
Cold
going
damage,
to be cold damage. Sorry. I don't know how to play D&D.
None of us do.
That'll be 16 plus 6 is 22 for the second one.
Yeah. Okay, so as your ice bayonet seems to find purchase in the creature, you can see that the ice does not seem to. It doesn't seem to you don't seem to hit with the same kind of force that you're used to with your ice bayonet, as its form is somewhat ephemeral. You can see it like it visibly get hit, but the ice seems to dissipate rather quickly. All right. Anything else?
Okay.
You're good? Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Spooky.
I'm good.
I think, Matthew, your camera's frozen. Oh, no, you're back.
there it
You're
is.
good.
I'm here. Is it
Yeah,
moving?
Guys, episode 1. We're getting out all the kinks.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right. Spooky, you're up.
I'm gonna look to Nepentha and ask, are we killing it or buying?
Time.
Okay, dance time. And I cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on the creature.
Okay. All right. And that is a wisdom save?
No, it's
It's
irresistible.
nada. It just goes off.
Nice.
It can make a wisdom save to break out of it on its
Right.
turn.
It's irresistible.
Of course.
So the target becomes a comic dance in place, shuffling, tapping its feet, and capering for the duration of the spell.
So you
So
can
I
see
am
it's
concentrating.
Yeah, you got it.
you can see its kind of ghostly form as it is kind of hovering above the ground to start to it's very strange. It is sort of like it's a dance very reminiscent of how Nepentha moves when she's doing her chanting. It's sort of like very rhythmic swaying. It's bizarre. All right.
What's the spell range on Otto's Irresistible Dance, Spooky?
And it is going to use
30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move you so you can
Am I
get 30
within?
feet.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. All right. So it is now the Guardian's turn. It is going to
Dance?
It's going to dance in place, but it can attack, I believe. Yeah, it's not going to use its movement. It has disadvantage on dex and attack rolls. Okay, that's good to know. But it is going to attack. It's going to use its wing shot to attack Nepentha.
Because you use the necromancy.
I know.
Mhm.
All the good spells are
So it,
necromancy.
That's even me.
disadvantage. The first attack is a 21 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and the second one is 15 to hit.
No.
Okay. It's not going to hit either. That was a 2. Okay, so just one. As you see these kind of shadowy feathers shoot off of the cape, and one
Feathers.
streaks
Interesting.
towards you. 11. So you take 20 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
As it's like the feather slams into your chest, and you can see this kind of like black energy kind of radiate out. All right, it is Callie's turn.
Okay. Can Callie get up to it?
Mhm.
Like on the? Is she in?
Who has the key?
I do. Ow.
Oh. Okay. Do your best.
Can Callie get up to the thing? Is she in?
Oh yeah, babe, you're good.
Okay, she's gonna go up to it and as close as she can. Yeah.
You're like melee.
And she's gonna hit it.
Okay. Roll those attacks.
That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
And 20, not natural.
Those both hit.
Okie dokie.
Oh, it's also going to try to break its. I think it breaks the irresistible dance as well. With
No
a
more dancing.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
As Callie runs up, it just abruptly stops dancing.
It's like that town from Dirty Dancing.
Vibe check.
That's 31 points of damage.
Sorry, you attack with. Did you use any smites, or is it just?
No, it's just
And-
my sword.
How much of that was radiant damage?
Get it, mama.
How much?
One attack?
Mm-hmm.
2. It was 2 attacks.
Oh,
An attack
okay.
twice.
Okay, that makes sense.
How do I know how much of it was radiant?
So-
1d10 slashing plus 1d8. So that would have been, it would have been, hold on, I'm going to whip out my calculator. How much did I just say it was?
31.
31.
31.
Okay. Five points of radiant damage.
Okay. So you see as your strikes land into the creature, the you can see the sort of radiant energy almost kind of gets sucked into it a bit, and does not seem to have the same kind of impact you're used to.
How does the slashing do though? Does it get
It
slashed?
seems to hit. Yeah. It seems to you find purchase on its ethereal form.
Callie would turn to Letters and be like, killing it with reverence?
So there's an irreverent battle then. We're not. Sorry, Neppy, we're not being reverent on this one. There's a punch up.
Neppy's like bleeding. Just do what you have to. Just do what you have
Cool.
to.
There you go. It's all
Right.
reverence until the fucking necromancy starts flying.
All right, Finnan.
Spooky, you should get that on the back of a leather jacket.
So just to be clear, we're killing this thing.
Well, we're trying to get the door open, but Neppy's got the key.
Killing
if
it
we
with
kill it before
reverence.
then yes.
Killing
Okay,
it with
so-
reverence.
The light orb is behind me, right? Still.
That's a good band name.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the light from that and bend it and shoot it into 3 eldritch blasts.
Okay.
Lit. Truly lit.
Ooh, that is 1 natural 20.
Pass.
Okay.
That's good stuff. A
Roll.
24 and an 18.
Okay, the 18 does not hit, but the first 2
Okay.
hit. Roll the damage for the natural 20.
Okay. 7 plus 5. It's 12 damage for the natural 20.
Wow. Okay. It is going to use its reaction to summon Doom upon you. So, as you strike the creature with the Eldritch Blast, a shadowy vision of that same Eldritch Blast appears before you and slams into your chest, dealing 12 radiant damage.
Okay. Fuck!
And then you can roll the damage for the second one.
That's 8 points of damage.
Okay. Back to, or now it's Neppy.
Okay. So Neppy is going to run diagonally towards the key hole.
Okay.
I'm going to move over here. And I am going to basically take the key out and have it ready. And I'm going to hold my action to turn the key in the lock when everyone is like touching me, like close to me.
Okay.
And would that count as an action, or can I do it?
It's a free action to get the object out. Yeah.
Okay. And then with my action, I'm gonna not do another necromancy spell. Let's just do that.
Why? It's fine.
Shut up, Tim.
Necromancy spell.
Yeah, do it.
You won't.
You won't.
You won't.
That's all fine.
I just won't. And then I'm going to cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
Myself. And so I'm concentrating right now. And that's for up to the next 10 minutes.
Okay. We are back to the top of the order. Letters.
Did the key work?
And Neppy's going to go, I think you have to be close to me first, please. Everyone here.
Did you haven't turned the key yet, right?
No.
All right, I'm gonna try to send this guy with an elemental plane of earth goodbye. Gonna try to hit him with my horns.
Okay.
Gonna go horde on the horns. Fuck! That's gonna be a 15.
15 does not hit.
Sick. Okay, so I try to get him with my pointies, and I assume go through this figure's
Yeah, you just
ethereal form.
You try to get it, and it just seems to dodge out of the way easily.
Ghost parts, and I run over to Neppy, probably incurring an attack of opportunity.
You're not actually in. Oh, now you would be in there.
Yeah. So it is going to take its attack of opportunity.
Classic.
And use its wing scythe as you see the cloak kind of come up into almost like a scythe-like form on the end and slashes down on you.
We don't like that.
That's 16 to hit.
Oh, shield.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so as you can feel it kind of coming up, throw up a shield. It bounces off.
Okay, yeah, and then I scootle my boodle over to Neppy.
Okay. All right. It is Kokanee's turn.
Well,
in front of Neppy. I want to be between the thing. I want to be between Neppy and the thing.
Right there?
There you go. Yeah.
Good.
Put like a hand on your shoulder, I guess. And let's do this.
Sweet.
I'll do the same. Take steps back to be within 5 feet of Neppy, but also in front of her.
Do you want to hit it first?
And then shoot her with the creature with a gun.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna leave first, and then I'll hit it. So I'll take one shot with my gun.
Okay.
For a 5 plus 9. It's gonna be a
14. Does not hit, unfortunately. Just in your kind of running and turning around, it sails wide into the wall behind it.
Yeah.
There's kind
and
of
then I'll reload, and that's my turn.
chamber.
I'm standing there.
Sounds good.
Wouldn't it have gotten an attack of opportunity on Kokanee?
He's already used his he just has one.
Right.
In fact, he uses reaction to cast a spell, so that attack should not have happened on letters, now that I think about it.
Ooh, let me get that level 1 spell slot back.
Was that the reaction? Did he use his reaction to do that thing to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it hasn't gotten back to him. My bad.
Out.
All right.
Spooky's up.
Spooky's up.
Spooky.
I started being pretty close to Nepentha.
Yeah,
I'm no longer concentrating, by the way.
You could run over to me.
I'm gonna run over And I'm gonna hold a fireball just in case, because I don't want to zap anybody else. But I will hold a fireball to go off behind it if I need to.
Oh,
Okay.
damn. Where did combat time go? Oh, shoot.
Now I'll just
Guys, we lost combat.
hold on to her.
Oh, but Cam,
Theater of the
no.
mind. Theater of the mind. We got it.
Yeah.
We got
I'll
this.
move it over here. It'll be
So
fine.
good.
Okay, so you're holding your action with the fireball. All right, it is the Guardian's turn.
I'll keep moving it around the board and let you know if you're too far or anything like that. I'll kind of keep it up here.
And I believe only Callie is in melee, right?
Yep, that's right.
It is going to move towards you, Nepentha, as it
Okay.
passes through. It is able to pass through, and it is, with its incorporeal movement, is moving through the other creatures to get to where it can get you. It's got
Hate
40
that.
feet of fly speed.
Okay, it can go behind me then.
Yeah.
If it passes through everyone and goes behind.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do I get an attack of opportunity? Or no?
You do.
Ooh.
Hit it, mama. Hit
Okay.
the crap out of it, Callie.
A 29 and a 25 to hit.
Yeah, those hit.
Okay. Then we're gonna do. I'll do radiant damage on its own, but
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 points of radiant damage,
Okay.
13 points of slashing, and then plus 14
14.
is my plus 7. What's that?
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah,
one-
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Your strength
My strength.
and the weapon. Nice. So that's 23 all up. Plus.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right. It is the Guardian's turn. It is going to use its wing scythe attacks on Neppy. So it's going to make 3 attacks against you. First one's a natural 1.
Okay.
And then a 16.
Nope,
I am rolling poorly. And a 19.
that is my armor class. So yes,
Yes. Okay. So it does.
You got protection against good and evil.
I do. It actually has disadvantage on those attacks. If it is a aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
It is. It's undead. So, okay.
It has disadvantage on an attack against
Okay.
you.
Seems a little hypocritical to attack us with an undead guy after casting necromancy.
And so then the last one would be only a 16.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. So as it, you manage to kind of dodge out of the way as the scythe strikes into the stone behind you,
Cool.
kind of ringing out. That's it for the Guardian. So Callie.
I get to go. Okay. Also, you can decide because you're the DM, but I get an extra D8 if the creature is undead.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, roll it up. It's like a half creature. It's both undead and celestial. So it's a homebrew. Okay.
Just like everything in this campaign.
14 points of damage.
Nice. Is that radiant damage?
It just says I get an extra D8 if yes, probably radiant. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the radiant energy seems to almost get siphoned into the creature.
Gross.
Did you want to run to move towards me?
Yeah. 100%. That's what Callie would do.
30. I'll put you also within melee of the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to hit it.
Do it. There's a lot going on right here. There's just a clump of us around.
Tragic.
Heavy.
That's a natural 1 and then a
Okay.
22 to hit it.
22 hits. Yeah.
Okay. So that's 4 points of radiant damage. Oh, wait. 7 points of radiant damage. 7 points of slashing. And then 7 for my strength and
Nice.
sword.
So all up. Okay, great. Oh, math is hard. Got it. Okay.
Also, I'm assuming Clack moved with you. Letters.
Yeah, Clack's in it.
Yeah.
Clack's my sidekick / best friend for life.
He's a petch, which is it's like a rock goblin. Look it up online. Look up a little picture of a petch. That's
Read a
basically
book.
read a book for God's sakes.
Get some D&D in your life, guys.
Learn what a plinth is.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It is Finn's turn.
I mean, I'm just going to stick close to Nappy because I think I'm there already.
I can get you over there. Yeah. And then
And I'm just going to shoot 3 more.
Okay.
3 more blasts because that worked the first time.
and basically the second that, because everyone is before me, the second that they would all touch me, I would key in lock and go.
Okay.
But do you want to shoot your off?
Was that
one more time. You lagged out a bit,
You lagged.
bro.
Yeah, I just had a fat lag. What would that look like for everyone?
Also, Yana, you were holding your fireball.
Mhm.
I don't know if you like. We were kind of vague on what the activation was. It did move.
Drop it now, you'll hit everyone.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
If you'll allow it, I would have dropped it before it moved, but I think it moved like right after I went, so I probably wouldn't have dropped it.
okay.
So has it used its reaction yet?
It has not.
Cool, because I'm about to get a bunch of damage back at me because I just rolled another natural 20.
Okay. Also, when you said that,
Zoom
it
happened on
zoomed.
Zoomed right in on that.
Like, oh.
You need to zoom on every natural 20.
But it was a 14, an 18, and then a natural 20. So the only one that hits is going to hit
Is
me
the natural
back.
20.
Yeah.
It is going to hold. It's not going to use its.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's not going to use
and
its reaction.
that's so much more damage. That's 19 points of damage
Nice.
that I really didn't want to take.
All right, so that's okay.
Also, fat lag. That's another D&D name. I've called it. Please, no one take it.
Has to either be a dwarf or a big orc.
Oh, big orc.
It's gonna be a
It's
goblin.
big orc
It's
energy.
gonna be a goblin with like a beer belly. Heck.
That's pretty good too. Like that. All right. Next campaign. Okay, it is Neppy's turn.
Okay, the second that Finnan gets there, I am going to turn the key in the lock.
Okay, you take out the tiny key that was made from the symbol of the Order of the Key, and it fits into the lock, and you turn it, and a door appears in front of you, kind of this purplish sort of energy radiating off of it.
And I well, it's either I'm here with it alone and I have to wait for everybody to go through because I want this key back, or I go through and I risk leaving everyone here.
Can you hold your turn until everyone's passed through and then you can dip?
Yeah.
I will allow it. You're technically not supposed to hold movement, but it's going through a door, which I feel like.
I mean, you can technically hold your action. You can hold your action, which you can then dash.
Yeah, it's fine. You can hold your action to go through the door.
Yeah, until everyone goes before me, and he wouldn't go first. Yeah, okay. That's fine.
So the door is there,
yes,
right in front of you.
Cool.
All right, we are back at the top of the order. Letters.
I see.
Go.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I'm definitely going to go for that door. But before I go, this ghosty boy isn't sat on top of anybody with his ghost powers, no?
Not at the moment, no.
All right, sweet. As a parting gift, as I go out, I'm going to summon a big old bonfire underneath him and then head through the door.
Okay.
So action for bonfire and movement for door. I would love for him to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a a 16.
Yes, that'll do it. Great. Well, there's just fire under him, and fuck that guy. All right, I run through the door.
Making him even more menacing.
Fuck.
It's kind of like ghostly priestess. Okay. Kokanee.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How close is it to Kokanee?
It's right next to you because it's right
Like,
next to me.
Melee range?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll slash it a couple times. First one's gonna be 17.
17 does not hit.
Second one will be less than that.
That won't hit either then.
Well, I'm gonna miss, and then I'm gonna step through the door.
As you're sort of clustered with everybody, you're finding it hard to kind of get a vantage point where you can see
hard,
it.
confusing, so
It's
difficult.
a weird place.
D&D's hard, and this is a weird place, man.
All right. It is. Do you go through the door as well? Are
Yeah.
you waiting? Yep. Okay. Spooky, you're up.
And I was holding the spell. Do I use up the slot even though it didn't go off?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Why is this happening?
I mean, why not?
Why not? Are you?
Because
Why
we
are
can't
you?
all have Zoom cameras, and we have to make our own fun.
Why are you a hater?
Well,
Yes.
Bye.
Ooh.
We lost Matthew.
No,
Oh?
he made a joke because we were making fun of his camera. I can never tell if anyone's making like a technical difficulties joke or just having technical difficulties.
Again, it's really funny when we have to be like, are they being funny?
Yeah, that's when you know it's a good joke.
Ooh, Tim,
Yes.
what size is the creature?
The creature is medium. Yeah, it's
Okay.
medium.
I'm gonna before I run, I'm gonna cast Autolux Resilient Sphere on it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dex saving throw.
That is a 17.
That meets mine.
Ah.
Sorry.
So sad.
Super sad.
Yellow energy just like fizzles out, and I'm like, okay, bye. And I
Because
leave.
it just seems to be able to like push it aside, almost resisting the kind of natural kind of
So
like,
rude.
sickly yellow energy that your magic takes the form of.
Ooh, maybe we should
I
be
hate
careful
that.
with that yellow magic.
Although
That's
it
all my
wasn't a
magic
necromancy
letters.
spell, I don't believe.
It's the pants. It's not me.
No, it's not necromancy. It would be abjuration, I think.
Yeah, but it's yellow. No,
And it's
abjuration.
scary.
It's
It's
scary.
You're like-
Oh, ooh.
A little bit spooky.
All right.
Considering.
It is the Guardian's turn. It is going to make another 3 scythe attacks against you, Neppy.
All with disadvantage, please.
Oh, that's better. 21 for the first one.
Yep.
20 for the second one.
Natural.
No, not natural.
Yep, that hits.
Oh man, I rolled a 19 and a 20. Just it's not fair. So that'll be a 30 for the last one.
Yeah, okay. All those hit. On the first one, I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke on that too. And so as you see it hit into Neppy the first time, this she just like pulls up this wave of like purple gray energy and she just shoves it at it. So it is a dex save, please, from that. You know, you can give me the damage first.
Yeah, I'll give you the damage, then I'll do the dex save.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, 15. So that's a 32 points of damage for the first one.
Oh my god. Okay, guys.
That's
What kind of damage?
another 32 points of damage for the second one.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Hold
And
on
that
one sec.
is- So yeah, 32 and 32 is 64. And then another 23 points of damage.
Neppy's out.
Oh.
Unconscious.
Shit.
You see as Neppy kind of like falls to the floor, the creature kind of like moves to hover over top of her.
Oh, fuck that.
Gonna
The
eat her
hellish,
soul, but I'm not there. It's fine.
the hellish rebuke would have gone off.
Yes. So that's going to be
dex save.
Dex save, please.
And that is only a 12.
That is a failure, so it's going to take 3d10 force damage.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so we've got 7, 14, and that's going to be 20 force damage
Nice.
from it. And the only two people here left are Callie and Finnan.
Okay. Callie, you are up next.
Can I get to Neppy to touch her with it
You're-
over top?
You're
Mhm.
right next to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can. Sorry, we're reading.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Guys, I haven't been unconscious
I'm gonna
for a
heal.
long time.
I'm gonna heal Neppy with lay on hands
Okay.
for 30,
Okay.
Thank you.
and then is that an action to heal?
It is, yeah. Lay on hands is an action.
Okay, and then I am going to use my bonus action, and I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Neppy.
Okay.
So that's
Nice.
+2 to your AC.
Thanks, babe.
And then Kelly's not going to go through the door yet. She's going to wait for. She's not going to leave Neppy here with the ghost thing.
Okay. Finnan, you're up.
Can Callie hold her action to walk through the door? Hold her
She's
movement?
already, yeah.
If I grab Neppy and push her through the door, what would that count as?
That would be your action to essentially grab her and pull her through the door, or you could try to push her through the door. But yeah,
That would just be my action. That'd be my action.
Mhm.
Could he go with me, or would it like him dragging me through the door?
Yeah, you could pick her up and carry
Okay.
her through the door.
Question: can anyone else hear my cat screaming?
No.
No.
A
Okay.
little bit, yeah, actually.
Okay.
No,
I have to feed him, so I will go feed him.
yeah. I mean, that's fuck.
Tim, did you just start a Twitch stream so that we could broadcast Neppy dying and then all of us
Yeah, no.
crying on camera?
Yeah.
You could
I'm
just
gonna
like
kill all of you. I'm gonna kill all of you. Don't even worry about it.
just kill your wife's character. Who?
It's early.
It's
Only
it's
it's early.
it's over top of her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's early, as in you have time to kill all of
If
them?
I get
Yeah.
I thought you told me Neppy had plot armor, Tim. That's why I got a tattoo of her. Jeez.
Obviously, I lied
Good try.
to lull you into a false sense of security, so I could kill your character.
Have a tattoo. She'll be fine.
so I'm gonna grab Neppy and I'm gonna hoist her out of the thing.
Okay. It's going to use its attack of opportunity, and it's going to attack you, Finnan.
M, if you can adjust your stuff on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Sorry
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep
Nope.
reminding people.
No, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, so bad.
That's
Only
20?
13. No, 13.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
bad
like,
for
I
me,
might
not
die.
bad for you.
Yeah, that does. Oh, actually, point of order. What is the lighting like in this room?
It is dim light. Because
Oh,
there's just
sick.
that small light source over there.
That makes enough of a difference. It does not hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I drag her through the door.
Okay. So you pull her out. So now, Callie, at the moment, it is just you and the Guardian.
It is just me and the Guardian.
But we will go through the initiative order for the other side of the door. So now it's Neppy's turn. As you are now with the rest of your cohort, you come into another chamber. Oh, now I got to pull up the room. Sorry, guys. Okay. So you come into a smaller round chamber filled with shelves upon shelves of books. You can see they go up maybe 50, 60 feet. And about every 10 feet or so amongst these books, there is a skull, almost like bookends. And there is a dome at the top with a simple iron chandelier that is lit. And in the center of this room is a small oak desk, pristine condition, with an open ledger.
Spooky, is this your library?
Yeah, guys.
Neppy just like bleeding profusely and covered probably in some sort of just blood and guts, and would look up and go, "Where's Callie? Where's Callie?"
Okay, so we will go back because we are still in initiative. So, Nepentha, what would you like to do?
I am going to ask for if I use it now, I can't use it for another day.
You can also see where you came from. The door is kind of hovering. That same kind of purpley arcane energy is kind of crackling behind you. It doesn't seem to be in any kind of door frame. It just seems sort of suspended in the room. There is no doors in the room. Like it's just, you've walked through this door.
Can I see Callie?
The door is not, it closes when you go through it.
Okay. Then I am going to, as of this point, no, Neppy would be just asking, where's Callie?
Okay.
Where's Callie? Did she not come in? What happened?
I had to get you out.
No, you couldn't leave her behind.
Has the door shut?
It's still there, but it is shut. You can. It's a free action to open the door. It's like using an object.
I'll get her. Let me get it.
No.
Don't worry. I'll get it.
All right.
Let me get it. I'm gonna go get her.
Is the door? Can Callie see the door on her side?
Let me take care of the door. All right?
You don't know.
The door to me.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of doors in my time. This one's gonna be like nothing. Let me. Come on. I'm top of it. Let me get it.
Right. So it is now Letter's turn.
Okay, I go over to the door, which I'm fucking right by, and well, I guess I don't have time to really test it. I go through the door.
Yeah, you go through the door.
I grab Callie. I'll bring her back.
Okay. So it is an action to grab and pull her.
Yeah.
So you use your action, you grab her, kind of pull
bet
her
I
through
do.
the door. You have enough movement, and
I close the door behind me if I can. If there's there's a thing I can grab.
Yeah,
and I heard her say,
just
Neppy,
closes
did
behind
you say that thing about the key out loud? That you wanted to keep the key? Or is that just Emma talking about Neppy's brain?
That might just be Emma talking about
Then
Neppy's brain.
don't make a point of grabbing the key.
Okay. All right. It is Kokanee's turn.
I got Callie. We're good.
Am I on the other side of the door?
Yeah, you've been pulled through into this chamber.
The thing might come through the door too.
I just slammed the door, I guess.
It's closed. The door is closed. It closes behind you.
Okay. So we're just in this like room and the door's closed and the ghoul's on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I brace against the door and hold the handle really hard.
Okay. All right. Spooky, would you like to do anything?
I'm nervous that we're still in initiative. I don't like this.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
It's going to be all night. I'm going to make you be in initiative all night.
Oh, that'll be good, dude. That'll be good role-playing.
Can I investigate the room?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, I will.
Really on brand, truly.
There's books. I'm
pressed up
looking.
against this door. It's like fucking
It's a
microphone.
9. I'm clearly stressed.
9. You kind of look around. You are somewhat stressed, and beyond kind of the like, you get a bit closer to the books, and you can see they all seem to have kind of ancient writing that you don't recognize any of the language on the spines of the books, and the skulls look to be, for the most part, humanoid, that you can see. and the desk is a fairly simple writing desk. There doesn't seem to be any drawers or anything, but there is an ink and quill next to it. And you can see there is also a burning candle at the corner of the desk, kind of just like in a small dish.
How tall is the desk?
The desk is probably it's like a regular human-sized desk, so it's a little tall for you, but there is a chair there. Yeah.
I'm gonna finish investigating and just hide behind the desk.
Okay.
Nice,
Kind of pop
nice,
down behind
nice.
the desk. All right, so it is now the Guardian's turn.
No, Tim, we left it. It
Tim,
can't
it's-
get us. We
It's
shut
on
the
the other
door.
side of the door.
None of us
actually,
can see it, Tim.
It's not there anymore.
So
It doesn't
as you're
exist.
bracing
Being
yourself
is
against
bleeding.
the door, you feel this kind of like
It's
cold,
ethereal.
this kind of cool energy kind of pass through you as the Guardian kind of appears through, and it is going to attack Nepi again
Stop doing that.
as it moves through.
Also, my concentration drops, so not at disadvantage anymore.
You do have a +2 to your AC.
Yes, I do.
So it's going to use its wing scythe. That is only 13.
No.
A 20, not natural.
Yes. No. Then no. Nope. I went out
Okay,
with my
right,
21
so
AC.
Nice.
21 AC. Thanks, Callie.
Nice. And that's not going to hit either. It's a 17.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see as it moves, kind of like it moves through, it's whoosh, whoosh, as it's slamming into the stone, kind of ringing out in the smaller chamber. The sound somewhat dampened from all the books. All right, it is Callie's turn.
I'm going to hit this bitch. Let's see.
I'll rearrange our combat so that it's essentially.
Okay, I got a 20 not natural and a 20 natural.
Hey, that away,
Both
mommy.
hit.
Okay. So I'm going to do the 20 not natural first.
Neppy's probably in Finn's, not in Finn's arms. I'm assuming she put her down. He put her down at this point.
Nope, never.
Neppy just
Being
still
carried.
just carrying. Okay.
It's 15 points of normal like slashing, /
Okay.
stunning, and then 7 points of radiant.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do the natural 20, and that's just doubled, right? I double my
Double
dice.
Just
All your dice are doubled, yeah.
All my dice are doubled.
All my dice are doubled. Guys, I didn't think I was going to be going unconscious maybe more than once today. It's a good thing I have chocolate.
Okay,
Are you ready
that's
for anything?
that's 20 points of D10 damage,
Nice.
and then
D10 damage.
9 points. Or
9 points of radiant.
yeah, and then +7. Do I double that though, or no?
That doesn't get doubled.
Okay.
That's just your modifier.
And Callie's also gonna be like, "Fuck you."
As you say that, your sword swipes kind of through the creature, and on your final strike, you pass clean through the creature's form, and it seems to sort of quiver for a second and then dissipate.
Nice. Well done.
You're welcome.
Nicely done.
We are out of initiative.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Callie.
Callie's. I have no more healing left. I'm out of healing.
What's
Technically,
No,
No.
but I should
no,
really should
No.
in here.
no, not in here. Not anywhere ever.
Well,
Do the needle
No. Sometimes somewhere. Just not in
I
here.
just don't think you can use that spell. in
No.
here.
Actually,
Ooh.
let's try it. Do it. You won't. You won't.
Do it, nerd.
is that you speaking or Tim speaking through you?
That's
You'll never know.
thing. Tim's like, oh, another necromancy spell. Well,
Geez, my hands are tied.
Neppy takes a second to realize she's still in Finn's arms. Finnan, you can put me down now, please.
All right, Nebby, you feeling good?
No,
Well,
no, I don't. But
fair
thank
enough.
you for asking.
We're super duper sure it's dead, or
no,
like
I don't know if it was ever alive to begin with.
what I'm asking is it gonna be a problem again? Because that thing, look, I know doors, and that thing had no regard for doors, so it might have no regard for like
No,
life and death and the law.
I actually think the opposite, Letters. I think it has utter reverence for life and death. I used a spell that would hurt myself to try and heal the petrified priest in the previous room, a necromancy spell. And if I'd have actually taken a moment to actually consider where we were, maybe I could have had a bit more forethought to think of that not having terrible ramifications. So that's my fault.
I shouldn't cast a necromancy spell in here either.
I would assume nowhere.
Nowhere. For now, we have no idea. Because I could heal you right now.
Healing magic.
Not with necromancy. Don't do necromancy.
Okay.
Healing magic is evocation, darling.
Life transference is pretty healing.
No.
That's what
I'm not going to cast it on the statue though, so like we're fine.
Don't
left the
do
statue back
necromancy at all.
Fine, Letters, fine. You've talked about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go investigate that desk. Let's go, Wizard Watch.
To watch.
Wait,
before you
he's
go,
already behind the desk at this point.
I'm here. I'm behind the desk. I'm less
Yeah, let's
stressed.
do it. Let's look at it
before
together.
before you all go, I think we're in the study. The Order of the Key.
This is what we're here for. We want to find locations of Horcruxes,
Yes.
seals.
Yes.
That's it. That's what we want to find.
This is a receptacle of all of the knowledge that the Order has collected since its inception. And I wonder if these people were potentially some of the original Order of the Key, the skulls in here. Also, if this is a temple of Ayun, which I think it is, I would suggest we rest. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
A rest would be good.
Tim,
Yes.
tell me about this candle. Is it a lot of candle? Is it a little bit of candle?
It's about it's about a third of a candle. Like it looks like a candle that's burned down. You can see there's wax collected at the bottom.
Okay.
Like it is dripping wax.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. We can rest, sure, but I feel like if this candle doesn't go down, that's great. It's one of those eternal God candles or whatever. But if this candle goes all the way down, this could be a timer. I feel like a lot of rooms we've been in have like had a kind of timer, like setting us on fire or whatever.
Well, I suppose we won't know until we try.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch the candle. If it doesn't go down, we're set. But if it does, we got to think about this candle.
I mean,
time.
I certainly agree with Letters. Every single room in here has tried to kill us pretty capably so far. And while I feel that this one's different, I actually don't know. And this all could just be another sort of intricate way for us to die.
Yeah. Yes.
I really don't want to
disagree.
get cut to death by tiny pieces of paper.
That is how they do it. That's how Ayun does it. I don't know
How
much
did
about
you
her.
say that?
Weirdly, that's how
book
I
nerd.
want to die.
Well,
I mean,
Tim
Yes.
cast comprehend languages as a ritual over here. It would have
Yeah.
worn off from before.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. I take 10 minutes to do that.
Okay.
Gonna wizard watch this bureau,
Neppy's
this ledger,
gonna,
and
yeah.
this candle.
Yeah.
Just this desk. That's where I live.
Okay.
Neppy's gonna go and walk around shelves.
23.
I just want to see if I can read any of the spines of the titles.
Okay. You look at the spines of the books and you don't recognize any of the language. It looks very foreign and alien. It's hard to it's hard to make out. At times it doesn't even look like a standard language.
It's Minotaur, isn't it? We're finally at a place.
It's just a lot of hoof prints. It's like, what?
What does Clack speak? What does Clack speak?
I speak primordial.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
called Terran.
Is it
Uh,
Terran?
Common.
he also speaks Undercommon. That was really useful.
Yeah.
Tell me that. Tell me about this
Right.
desk, Tim.
So,
I need it.
The desk before you. Sorry, I was pulling up a document.
Matt's camera right now, where he left the room and it like zoomed out to get the whole room in.
So this this desk before you is a finely carved oak desk. It's in beautiful condition. The candle you can see is burning. It's like you've only been here a couple of minutes, so it's hard to tell how fast it's burning. But the ledger itself is a finely bound leather ledger. It is open to the middle. There is kind of a bookmark kind of placed down the center, and you can see the words at the top written: knowledge given, knowledge gained.
Okay.
There's the rub.
And there's the ink and quill next to it.
Knowledge given, knowledge gained. All right. While Spooky casts Comprehend Languages, I'm going to spend those 10 minutes just watching this candle, and you let me know if it actually starts burning down or not.
Okay.
And if it does, we'll go from there.
All right. So as you finish casting Comprehend Languages, the letters start to appear on the spines of the book. However, you're able to read them, but they still seem to be almost. You make an intelligence check. This is a straight intelligence check.
That is a 19.
19. So you, as you kind of look at them, you can make out the letters now appearing in common before you. However, you can tell that they seem to be, there is almost a cipher to them. They seem to be coded in some way that you're having a difficult time kind of making out. It almost seems like gibberish.
They don't, the books don't make any sense. I can read them, but I can't. I don't know if I'm supposed to read them.
None of us are members of the Order of the Key. The only one who is Customers, and they're not here.
No, that wouldn't work. They can't see the books.
I mean, I did wear that necklace for a while. Maybe I'm like an honorary member.
I believe Gaskas took that necklace back from you the second they had the chance, right?
Yeah, she certainly did, yeah. She didn't take it. I gave it, so...
Right.
I'm so proud of them for not stealing it.
Pretty good of Gus not to steal something, yeah.
Actually quite impressive, you're right.
I got a theory. I've been looking at this candle. I've been looking at this book. Knowledge given, knowledge gained. I reckon we got to write something down that's useful to Ayun or whatever, some knowledge, and then maybe once we give that knowledge, then we get to read the books.
Do you think that it's something that is useful for them, or do you think that it's more about it being a sacrifice for us?
I have a real killer recipe.
It's not knowledge
for paella.
shared. It's knowledge given.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Have it anymore. Yeah.
Perhaps knowledge. And there may also be the case that if we give this knowledge, we may lose it permanently.
I'm happy to give up my knowledge of a really good recipe for paella.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's a killer recipe, so maybe not.
Yeah.
You also notice the candle, while burning, does seem to be burning relatively slowly.
So there is a book.
The ledger, yeah.
The ledger. There's also books on the shelves.
Is there like a pen or anything?
Yep, there's an ink and quill next to the ledger.
It might not be accepted, but why don't I write in the recipe, and if I forget it, then at least we know it's taking that knowledge from us.
I don't think we should give, the first thing we give Ayun should be a recipe for paella.
Yeah.
Good, though.
No. We have learned. We have learned. We have observed change, and we recognize that as a pattern, that anytime we try to like poke and prod and fuck with these guys, they're like, hey, we're gods and we'll just slap you. Like, if we're gonna be like, give them something good, we gotta give them something good. This is book god. Also, Tim, controlling fire is my shit. So I'm gonna like fire bend that candle to make it a tiny
it
little
shrinks down.
not out, not out, just
It's-
so it gives us a little more time. And I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Okay, just pinching that candle.
Absolutely.
Pinch the flame.
But then in my other hand, I'm gonna make my own flame so we can still see.
Okay.
Because
okay,
I
great.
do fire
There is an
stuff.
iron chandelier above.
Well,
it seems to
I
be
give
illuminating.
more light.
Cool.
Okay. I have something that I can give up. That I'm
Allie
not.
does too.
Are you sure?
I do too.
Yeah, I go over to the book. There's a pen.
Yeah, ink and quill.
Very well illuminated.
Very lit.
Almost too bright, maybe.
Tim, you're not there.
Yeah, I am, dude.
Okay. I'm gonna in Orcish write out my understanding of the language orc. I don't know what
Okay.
it's
Good.
called. Orcish,
That's good.
Orcan.
So you
Orc.
kind of write out the Orcish alphabet, and kind of how you learned Orcish. And you see as you finish writing it, there's kind of a moment, and the ink seems to just seep into the page on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side at the top, it says, "Pose your question."
Oh shit.
Shit.
How do we get out?
Where I can I write or should I write? Where is the seal here?
Oh shit.
Good question.
On the left-hand side where you had previously written, you see the ink kind of rise up through the book once more as the ink on the right-hand side kind of fades in. Aegis the displaced once held a coin, but now destroyed.
Destroyed.
That's not good.
That doesn't make any sense. When I communed with Nadisiket on our way here, she said the seal was safe. She
Are
wouldn't-
we
She
are
hadn't
we
had.
still on the? Are we in the same place anymore? Maybe we weren't specific enough. Where's the seal? It just told us about a seal that's being destroyed.
Well, there are other seals.
No, I know. I'm saying Kokaney's question wasn't specific enough. What was your exact question again?
Yeah, I fucked up. I said here. I try to speak Orcish. Orcan. Gone?
It does not come to your tongue.
Nice. I didn't need that anyways.
You don't even remember that orcs had a language.
They speak
What?
orcs speak common, right?
I have something that I'm really willing to give up. Truly willing to give up.
Other
I'm
than
going to go over
paella.
the book. I'm going to go over the book, and I'm going to write down all of my dwarvish knowledge of minerals.
Okay. You're right.
Everything that I know.
Surprising amount. Like as you're writing, it's just
As I write, I'm like, oh God, it's so much. I'm sad. I'm losing it all. I didn't know I had it.
Flooding out of you. So you lose proficiency in history checks based on stonework, which is a dwarven racial ability. He's not a dwarf. Just for everyone at home, Finnan was killed by a mind flayer who took his brain out, and they were able to kill the mind flayer and put all the brain bits back into his head before they brought him back. But there was a little bit of extra in that brain bit, and that little bit extra was some dwarf's brain. So he learned how to speak Dwarvish, and he also learned a lot about minerals, which he has now forgotten. As you write it out, again, you see, similar to Kokaney's, it kind of sinks in almost like a sponge into the page. And then once again, the phrase comes up, pose your question.
Also, Tim, we didn't explain who Gus was.
Yes. Gus and Quark are two other members of Blackwater who have split off from the main party to search out for another seal on the island of Clore, which is similar to a pirate colony.
Right there. Also, for everyone, this is the map of Wolfreen behind me. and then that's Clor right there.
So it's a series of islands run by different guilds, and they have gone back to root out what they believe is a vampire colony that may have been ravaging the main city there, and they're going to try to secure the safety of another seal.
I look at Nevi and I go, "This is a statement. Correct me if I'm wrong. This landmass was once called Manta.
City was once called Manta.
I need you to say out loud what the continent was once called."
Oh, one moment, please, as I check my notes. Search. That was the episode where
Just for you folks at home, M keeps extensive notes.
Very extensive.
No, they're not that extensive. She keeps little sticky
Sorry.
notes, and she like
Then
sticks them.
Super disorganized, not okay. If Emma kept post-it notes of our game notes, they would be alphabetized in a folder.
They'd be on
Color-coded
a
also.
murder map on her wall, like with string and pictures.
And we're all very thankful for that, especially me.
We were in Caradoc when we spoke to Searcher 97, who talked about this was simply just a it wasn't necessarily this landmass was attached to Bulfar. It was simply called the Peninsula. That's all it was called. It jutted out from the behind where the sisters are.
I need you to state out loud what it's currently known as. It's the
The Forgotten Expanse.
Forgotten Expanse. I write in the book, where is the seal on the Peninsula/Forgotten Expanse?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sinks in. You wait a second as the ink once rises again. The seal lies broken at the feet of the body of Aegis the Displaced. He stands, or he lies. It just kind of scratches that out. He lies before the sarcophagus of the Queen of Ravens.
I relay that to everyone. I think we need to find... wait. Oh, I think we need to go deeper. We've not seen the sarcophagus yet, have we?
But the seal's broken. Is a broken seal any good to us?
I don't think so.
Perhaps there might be a way of... I don't know.
Maybe it's physically broken, but not like
magically
unsealed, if you know what I mean.
Yes. There is some ritual around the unsealing. So my sense is that we could go and see at least what happened and how.
Guys, is sea sponge a mineral? I've lost it all. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Sea sponge.
We also have at least we've been through most of the gods' rooms at this point. We still have we still have the rooms dedicated to Bahamut and the Raven Queen. So this one, this room of Ayun, the room to Bahamut, which I'm assuming is next, and then the final room of the Raven Queen, which is, I'm assuming, her tomb, in which she is encased in the sarcophagus, as you have read, with Aegis the Displaced standing before her with the seal broken at her feet.
I've got something I can write, but we can ask it the location of the rest of the seals, right?
Yes.
Like all over the world?
Yes.
Oh.
How many left are there? What, 3?
What if you just said, what is the location of all of the seals remaining?
What is the location of all the seals remaining? Okay, I can ask that.
The seals remaining intact?
The intact seals. What is the location of the intact seals?
This is Emma speaking. Just give me 1 sec, because we do have knowledge of vaguely where they are. I just have to find it in the next.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just nervous about being too specific and then being like, where's the seal in this you know,
So
Yeah.
we know.
being like,
Okay. For posterity's sake, actually, for everyone listening at home, 7 seals. There was one in Wolfrine that was broken. The Hand of Io, which was destroyed 2,500-ish years ago. There's one in Clore. There's one in Cinderfall. There's one in Toren, which was the moon's staff, we think, that was destroyed. That caused the calamity in Svelin.
I don't know if it was.
Okay.
Because didn't we see
You
Elomin back
Mhm.
in that town like 2 months ago? It's possible that I didn't get it and that they're going back to find it.
He just took a box and seemed disappointed with what was in the box.
But regardless, if he's going back there again, it might be because I didn't get the seal.
Right, so that one's a question mark for us.
Yeah.
We know the one in Caradoc is now in Kokanei's chest, and we are looking for the one in Forgotten Expanse. So we're really only uncertain about the locations of 2, the one in Clore and the one in Cinderfall. And
So
the one in Toren. Those 3 are the question mark ones.
what are the locations of the remaining intact seals? That's what we want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. I pick up the pen and I would like to start writing about all my experiences in the Scar prior to
Okay.
being purchased.
Okay.
So that was when I was growing up, just when I was a little guy, with my mom and in the sort of property quarters.
Okay.
I don't want any of that.
Oh.
Okay. So you begin to write what you remember of your childhood and the hardships you faced before coming into Baba's possession. And it takes you a while as you continue to write. And you see once again, the ink kind of hovers there and then whoosh, slowly seeps in as the knowledge is evaporated from your brain. And then on this side, it says, pose your question.
What are the locations of the remaining intact seals?
Kind of for a second, kind of hovers there. And then, whew, as you see, the artisan's hammer rests in Bacall.
Oh no. They did get it. Fuck.
The ruby of the king rests in Bacall.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
The titan Unbutu slumbers in the jungles of Othos.
That's in Clore.
Clore. Oh, and the key lies in the chest of Kokanee Buckwild.
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry, there's 2 remaining seals that aren't
Yeah,
in.
that's really bad.
Oh no.
So what we did, for everyone at home, Neppy scried on Kokanee's father, Alan Buckwild, and he had returned to the town of Toren, which was where we started our journey. And we found him digging in a desecrated temple. And he had killed a very early ally of ours, Hedgehog the Giant, and found the artisan's hammer buried there. Yeah, and we weren't sure if it was the seal at that point, but now we have confirmation that it is. So this is bad news bears. This is very bad.
We can just leave them there, right?
We can't.
Fuck.
They will use those seals to, I mean, you know.
Do they know that they're their seals, though?
They'll soon use power from reclaiming Kokan's heart to crack open the monument in front of the Gatestone Keep, which was the Sealing Wolfrine. They are waiting, they are biding their time. They are planning.
So to crack these things, you need a large amount of power.
And my sense is that Valsum is gaining that, or suddenly some of it siphoning some of it within to himself.
He doesn't. Oh, look, it's fine.
What just fell from the sky?
This sick new trade that I picked up at Golden Age Comics. Finger
Not
guns.
a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Haven't read it yet.
Golden
but
Age.
it looks
Sponsor
fun.
us.
Could be a sponsor. Could be a sponsor.
Could be a sponsor.
Check it out,
Sponsor us, Golden Age.
So, old Valsoon's got 2 of them, but there's a Titan and Clore.
Yes,
I reckon,
that's what Gus and Cork were sent back with Bix to go find.
oh, we got people already on it. Great.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing.
There's something here.
Well, there's something here, but we can't leave now.
So what's our move after we're done here? Do we go after the Titan or... Oh.
I think we go after Valsoon. We got people on the Titan.
Yes.
We send a message to the whole, what do we call them? Brownwater? If we're Blackwater, like what's Blackwater Part B?
You watch as Neppy reaches into her bag and pulls out a sending stone, identical to the one that Callie and Kamea have, except this one has the painting of a golden donut on the top. And she goes, we have this. We can tell them that, but now is not the time.
They're called like donut water. I need to know what the subsidiary is called, or like.
I believe that team. We should. Gus wanted to name her gun, or their gun, Hot Jam. So maybe
Hot Jam.
Hot Gem water.
Hot Jam.
That sounds gross. I don't like that at all.
Hot Jam.
I don't think we should let them call themselves Hot Jam water.
That's weird, dude. That's a weird
can't go
name.
into like a formal business meeting and
So
call
is
yourself
Gravel
Hot Jam
Boys.
water.
But I like it. I don't know. Something about it makes me happy.
Gravel Boys or Hot Jam Water?
Both.
Listen, Gravel Boys is dignified, all right?
Gravel Boys is not dignified.
I'm not yet a member, but I will stand in defense of them.
Yeah, he's got to take his initiation first.
I do need to I need to wrestle shirtless.
Gravel
in
Boys
order
can
to-
suck it.
There's a few more
Agreed.
things that you have to take off when you wrestle to be a gravel boy. It's not just shirtless.
Can we?
Yeah.
Noted. I will. Okay.
Should we focus on the task at hand? Yes.
Yes. What do we name this other crew? Branding matters.
Sorry, Mom.
It's everything. It's everything.
Should I ask the book about my pants?
Jam water? Okay, I'm just gonna call it jam water. Yeah, ask the book whatever you want.
We
man.
know about your pants, Spooky. We know what they're called, but we don't know what. We know they're called Dela's Betrayal, but we don't know who Dela was, or
Is crazy, but could Dela be Thistlecat's sister?
No, her name was Asilla, wasn't it?
Oh,
Asilla.
good.
Silas.
One thing we could ask the book about, considering that this is about the Chained Oblivion, and that's the whole mission of the Order of the Key, is about Velsum. Kokanee, you don't know much about Velsum.
Maybe he has weaknesses.
We also don't. This has been going on for a long time. Resurgence of the Chained Oblivion has been popping up throughout my Order's history for millennia. Was it all Velsum? People before him?
I think we need to decide how much we can give up.
Listen, I'm happy to give up my knowledge of the writing of Dwarvish because I only knew that I had it like
Because
maybe two hours tops.
You can just read it. You don't know how to write it. You can just read it.
So useless.
You are.
I can just read it.
We
just write down, I can read Dwarvish.
Yeah, exactly. My ability to read dwarf.
We can give information. You know, there's like hundreds and hundreds of questions that are really good and important, but we'll just be sitting here giving away knowledge.
Okay, I have a question. How do we get out of this room?
That might be a good one if someone wishes to give up something for that.
Callie would move to the book.
Wait,
Just so
we gotta ask how to get to the place we want to go, because we want to go back to Ghost Room. The door's there.
Yeah, the door is still there. The
Yeah.
purple door.
Tim, did you have something to say?
Oh, just the purple door is still there.
Right.
Do we want to ask how to get to the next room?
We want to ask how to get to the room dedicated to Bahamut,
Okay.
because that
Oh,
would be
Do we want to just skip to the Raven Queen?
no.
Like,
no.
if we no, okay, just so we can get cheat codes.
I mean, we
Throwing
could
that out there.
we could ask like, what do we need to do to get past the rooms to get to the Raven Queen?
No, that's no fun. That's no fun.
Okay.
It's like how do we get through this room to Bahamut? That's
Okay.
we'll do this.
Callie-
We'll do it by the book
Reverence. Callie would walk up to the book then.
Wait,
with reference to the narrative
Wait.
that Tim has built.
were we done looking at the last room? Is this just like a bonus room because we had a key?
No, I don't
Like-
think so. I can imagine that.
Because every single time we've gone through a door, it's closed and been gone behind us. We can still go back in this one.
And we almost didn't find this little keyhole.
There might be multiple ways to enter this room, because if people from the Order of the Key have been accessing it, then there must be other ways to go through. And
Okay, why don't we ask something like, how do we get to the next room? Don't include like, how do we get out of this room? Just like, how do we get to the next room on our path to getting to the Raven Queen sarcophagus?
yes,
While we think about this and try to figure it out, letters, Yana,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to just? There's so many books here. Do you guys want to just read?
Let's ask
or-
them how we read the books. Let's ask them how we read the books. That's what we need to do. Oh fuck! I've got all sorts of random shit in my brain. What's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry, someone else go. I gotta look at my brain.
Me trying to introduce myself to cool people. What's good? What's good? Good.
Good. What's good?
Callie, did you say you wanted to go up?
Well, are we asking how to get out of this room?
Ask how to read the books. Ask how to read the books. Maybe the books will tell us how to get out of the room.
I mean, do we want to test my paella?
No.
No, paella is weak.
I'm just saying.
Respectfully, no.
It accepted my very extensive knowledge of minerals that I didn't really
That's
have.
fucking useful, right,
I
Claire?
Very
guess.
useful.
Yeah, dude. That's my whole life. So every time you
That's
say
fair.
that, it's like it's a slight on me.
I'm sorry, Clark. I would never.
Like minerals
I
are
would
kind of my thing, Finnan. So
never- Oh, they still are because I don't remember any of it.
yeah.
Is
Finnan?
wood is a mineral, right?
Also, sea sponge is not a mineral, you jackass.
We have a saying back in the Star,
I'm gonna
which
let
is
him believe that.
minerals rock. So
Mm,
Fuck
You get
you,
it?
fuck
He
you,
doesn't get
fuck
it.
you, Sean. Me,
yeah, you don't get
me,
that
Adam.
joke.
he
I
didn't
hate
get
you,
it.
Sean. I
don't
don't.
have the cred.
That? Yeah, they rock. Sick.
Callie was going to go up. Lennon, go
You're
ahead.
sick because you don't know about minerals.
Guys, stop fucking around and let Lennon do a
Fucking
thing.
loser.
What are we gonna ask? What do you need? Like, what's
How
our
to read the book? How do we read
How
the
to read
books?
the
What
book?
is? Yes.
How
How to read?
Can we ask
How
about
to
the
read?
cipher?
Oh, you could
How-
perhaps ask how to read the books here.
Yeah.
How do we read the books in this room?
Yes.
And if it's just like with your eyes, I'm gonna fucking punch this leg. Like if it gives us that fucking monkey paw shit, I'm not here.
Callie's gonna go up to the books, and the book, and she's going to write about. She's gonna write about her last foster home before
Okay.
before she left, and
For the order.
yeah.
Okay.
and she's
So you kind of take a second to recall that experience in your last time before you finally decided to leave out on your own. And as you write, the ink kind of hovers, sinks in. The familiar phrase, pose your question, appears once again.
Callie would ask how do we read the books in this room.
So you kind of write it, sinks in, and before you the phrase, pull them from the shelves, open them, and steal your mind.
Oh, this is me all over.
let's
nothing-
do this.
Nothing has been more of a letters thing ever.
Yeah. Okay. Let me
Letters, do
get
you
my
need me?
mind prepped.
Letters, do you need me standing near you?
Yes.
We both do it?
Can I cast guidance on you?
I got guidance on Yana.
So you're each pulling a book.
Pull
Wait.
back on 3.
Wait.
I grab one that's in front of me.
Is there
You can go up
a
here.
5x5 area in this room that's not near any books?
Yep. Behind the door, there's a bit of space.
Yes, you are.
Like,
Yes, you are.
I mean,
do I feel confident as a guy who knows a lot about books and a lot about fire?
You'd
that
have
if
to
I
get-
throw a bonfire here, it's not going to set some books on fire.
you'd have to get everyone to kind of move out to the sides, to the bookshelves, to kind of clear a space in the center to be able to do it and not be fairly close to a.
I don't love that. There's a lot of very important books here.
Can you cast
I mean, you're
anything
confident
else?
you could do it between the desk and the door. There's enough space, but you'd need everybody to kind of move out to the sides.
We can
Burn.
move. That is.
Burn
Yeah, okay.
us, burn us, burn us.
Everybody back up.
As you back up against the bookshelves, the tentacles. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to cast Create Bonfire within a safe distance of all the books.
Mhm.
And I'm going to control flames to make it like a cooler bonfire. It's a smaller bonfire. Doesn't give
Ooh.
us-
Sunglasses on.
You pinch it. You pinch it.
I pinch the fire.
Fire, but cool.
All right. I guess I'm just going to reach for a book because I
Callie-
can't read.
Callie
Any
would
of
be
those things?
standing close enough to both Spooky and Letters if she can to give them like in 10 feet of both of them. Can she do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, they're standing next to each other. Yeah, you're able to stand kind of between them. Okay. So as you both pull a book out, they're quite large, fairly hefty. As you kind of hold them, they don't seem to have any writing on the front. They're beautiful leather-bound tomes. As you kind of open them up, you can see the words in front of you. Your comprehend languages would still be up. It's that same kind of gibberish as it, like, the words almost seem to swirl, and you can see the letters seem to move around. I need you both to make intelligence saving throws.
Oh, hell yeah.
Resistance. That's what we need.
+4 babies.
21.
Let me do the math.
Oh shit!
Not a good sign.
Base 3 plus 8 plus. Okay, so that's up to
11.
11 plus my concentrating brain. 13 plus what Callie is +4. 17. Is
I'm
that going to hurt my
25 then.
brain?
You just managed to kind of.
Oh,
hang
great! I
on.
didn't have to flex my brain for the extra +4 that I can get. This is what I live for.
As you can see, your eyes kind of narrow.
No, I don't even have to. I don't even have to. I got more in the tank, Tim.
It's still like your eyes kind of narrow because the letters kind of swirl, like
I'm
so
just spinning on the
intensely.
spot.
I need you both to roll D100s, please.
Woofty. Haven't done one of those yet.
While they're rolling, at about 9:30, we're going to take probably like a 7-10 minute break just to water ourselves and use the washrooms in our respective houses.
I thought I got 85. I got 50.
Please don't leave.
Actually,
Please don't leave, Chad. We love you. very much.
11.
Tim and Emma,
11.
I'm coming to your house. So
Right. Okay. 11 and
58.
58. Okay. So Yana, as the letters start to kind of move around, you see they slowly form. As you're kind of reading it, you can see it's almost an account of the last day, your last 24 hours. And it kind of writes out incredible detail across the pages. You can kind of see it. And as you're reading, you get to the end. And as you've kind of finished, you see the letters kind of sink into the page as you forget the last 24 hours.
oh shit.
Letters. You, what languages do you speak?
So many. None of them come up.
Y'all aren't old
Common.
Cross all that out from my notes.
Draconic,
Mhm.
Giant, Infernal, Minotaur. Please don't take that one. Primordial and Undercommon.
Okay, I'll have you roll a d8, please.
Oh shit.
No,
If he rolls
linguist is
it-
my feet.
If he rolls an 8, does he not lose one?
I lose all of them. All 8.
Why would you say that?
That's what I was
4.
thinking too.
Okay, so you, what was the fourth on the list?
Is it
Giant?
Minotaur?
Common, draconic, giant, infernal,
Infernal.
minotaur.
So as you,
Oh, thank God.
you see the
My
letters start to
entire
swirl
culture.
as they seem to kind of come forward as infernal lettering. You can see like emblazoned across both pages. As you can see it, you recognize it for a second, and then as it disappears, you forget infernal.
Question.
Where are we?
I should have flexed my brain harder.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Yana, what?
Spooky, are you all right?
Where are we?
What do you
This is
mean?
a
Where
cool
are,
library.
what do you mean? Where are we? We're in the Tomb of the Raven Queen.
What would be the last thing I remember, Tim?
It would
What
have
was
been
24 hours ago?
It's about for posterity's sake. It's about 4 a.m. on the 25th of Elomin, which is our calendar system that we've created.
just a little flex. Just
Just
a
a
little
little
flex.
flex.
Uh,
I created.
that's not we've created.
That's M has created.
Sorry.
We would have been on the boat, right?
What does your
And-
lore keeper do?
It's about the
24
20.
hours. we would have been
Essentially,
on the
like
boat.
it's essentially like the 25th of July. Essentially.
We would have been on the boat though. 24 hours.
Uh,
ago.
You would have been in the
Let me roll.
fog on the boat.
Oh, yeah. Where are we? Where's Wiggles? And I would summon Wiggles and check that he's there.
Oh!
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
we'll take
guys,
our break
I
there.
would.
Oh, no!
We
You
will
monster,
take our
Tim!
break. We'll take our break.
These
So
books are
gonna-
bullshit.
we're gonna be muting our mics for this.
Yeah, everyone mute mics.
Yeah.
We're going to take
We
a 5
didn't
to 10
ask
minute.
the books. We didn't ask if the books were meant to be read. These are the things that kill us.
Yeah.
This is the trap.
You put
Fuck
letters
you,
and Yana in
Ione.
a room with books.
Okay, we're gonna
Fuck
take our
you,
break. We
Ione.
love you guys. We'll
I'm
see you in
glad my
7.
character's an atheist. I don't believe in you because you don't believe in me, clearly.
Oh my god, mute your mics, you guys. Love you.
All right, 5 10 minutes. We'll be right back.
Love you guys.
Bullshit library. See you in the stream, honey.
All right, see you in the stream.
Hiya, folks.
Yo.
Emma's just using the washroom. She'll be right back.
Hey.
Hello. I cut myself trying to defuzz a kiwi, and I don't want to talk about it.
That's what you get for not
No.
eating the fuzz.
Oh
Gotta
God.
eat the fuzz.
Sorry,
No,
I just lost
no.
us 10 viewers.
Sorry. Oh, we've lost all of our Twitch viewers. You don't eat the fuzz.
I'll eat one right now.
Don't do it, Jen. Don't do
Jen,
it.
well, that
Either
will
we'll lose them all, or
we
we'll get a lot more.
I
Jen,
just
which is
joined. Whatever
equally
you're saying
disturbing.
not to do, do it, Jen. Do it.
Yeah.
No.
Letters,
Do
yeah.
it. Do
It's
it.
eating this. It's
Do
eating the
it.
skin of a
Do-
kiwi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen.
Yes, you eat the skin of the kiwi.
No, you
What are
don't
you, a
eat the
psychopath?
Hey, did I call it?
You eat that shit just like a fucking
I know.
For
I
fuck's
know.
sake.
Yeah,
Wait,
but-
hold
Guys,
on. Hold
you
on.
don't eat the kiwi at all.
Yeah, he
Well,
hates
that's because
fruit.
you're Australian and you're prejudiced against New Zealanders.
It's real.
That's a really.
Wouldn't I
that's a-
want to eat them then?
No.
Maybe not.
No.
Checks out.
Oh no! Now our positions on my screen have changed. I don't like
Oh,
the
yeah.
shuffle. I hate
Okay, so we're
that.
getting some back and forth between the chat. Someone has said yes, skin, hair, love it, which I don't
No.
know if that's in reference to the kiwi or not.
Yeah, it's got
Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
delicious.
yeah,
Oh,
It's the best part.
and then someone said, oh no, the same person said, oh, on the kiwi, yeah, that too.
I know. I 100% know who that is. Like, I know.
Well, wave because
That's where all the nutrients are. Is
In
in
the
the
skin?
skin.
Disgusting, dude.
No.
This is a great time.
I tried.
mention
I
that
tried.
We have a Blackwater email
Send all your hate mail.
that Emma runs. You can send both hate mail, but also your opinions on kiwis, and we will read it out once Emma reads off.
Mhm.
You know,
Blackwater,
next
it's
meeting.
BlackwaterDnD@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Feel
so
free to send us emails about your love of the skin of a kiwi or your
How-
hatred of that
how
skin.
it's sacrilege.
You don't
Emma-
need an email.
Emma
I
and
will
I-
take
Right now.
over this
Emma and
stream.
I
telling
will
you how
happily
good
answer
kiwi
any questions you
like-
have.
I will eat a kiwi like a fucking apple.
Don't do
any
it.
day.
Monsters.
It-
All-
Monsters.
the
Animals,
day.
a lot of you.
Animals.
Yeah.
Holy
Animals.
Blackwater.
So small, you can just get the whole thing. You don't even have to take a bite. You can just pop it in,
Okay, Sean.
go to town.
Sean,
like
I'll
a-
pay money to watch you swallow kiwi whole. Look at a kiwi.
Look, I'm not saying don't chew it, but you can eat that shit like a big grape.
I mean, you don't
Eating it
have
like an
to chew it.
apple suggests I mean, you do though.
Okay, guys, who wants to play some D&D?
You guys can't
Let's
just.
play
And I want to
D&D.
talk about kiwis just a little bit more.
Play some
sort of-
fucking
I feel
D&D,
like
guys.
there is a
Loosen your
corner of the
throat.
internet that we are very much pleasing about with this conversation.
It's our
Yeah, we got
viewership gone up?
16 viewers.
Also, thank you so much to all of you for sticking with us through chat. This is really awesome and heartening, and we're so happy to have you join us.
Yeah, you are all wonderful.
You're all wonderful. Come back. We'll tell you when our next stream is going to be at the end of this, but come back and keep watching. So, love you
Sounds
guys.
As a thank you,
Oh, Gus has joined the
do
chat.
we want to do a goat noise salute
Ooh, to end our break?
to end the break? Because
No.
No
We save
context?
that. No. We save that to end the show.
The show.
I think we need to give it
Oh.
context. We have to get. We have to give
no
it context.
You guys need-
Absolutely no context.
No context. You guys
No
need to stick
context.
around so you can see it at the very end. Sean, don't you
And
do it. You got to save it for the end.
Don't
Sean,
pull
do it yet,
your
Sean.
hands down, Sean Defner.
Sean,
Guys,
Sean,
let's play.
Sneak
it is
peek.
the end of the.
Sean, don't do it.
I really hope someone screen capped that.
Give it
I
a
really
always
hope.
leave one
It's gonna
more.
put me on Instagram.
Always leave
Guys,
one
let's play.
more.
Let's play some
Oh,
gosh
yeah,
darn
yeah.
D&D.
Let's play
Let's
All
play
right.
some gosh darn
Oh.
D&D.
So as we come back, Yana, do you ritual cast Find Familiar, or are you
He's
just straight up casting it?
he's just been in my pocket dimension, so I just bring him out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you've had him the whole time?
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a necromancy spell either.
No. Yeah. So you.
No, like he's just been away in the pocket dimension.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you bring out Wiggles, and he's there in
Donna.
your hand.
Huh?
Put him back.
Put him
No,
back,
put him back. Put him back.
Put him back.
please.
Okay, she just puts him back.
Yana,
Disappears.
we're in the temple of the Raven Queen. No necromancy, nothing like that.
Oh, that would be a terrible idea.
What's
How
the
did we
last thing?
get
What's the
here?
last thing you remember?
We were on a boat.
Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We're on a boat and now we're in a library. I'm happy about the change, but I have no idea what happened.
Okay, don't keep reading that book. Letters, how are you feeling?
Yeah,
But
well,
I
I was
love
gonna say
books.
this book is
No.
bullshit. It's just a bunch of scribbly words. Like there aren't even words in it. Like the book bullshit. The book that told us to read the book bullshit. This book fucking 0 out of 5 stars. Would not read again. Would not recommend.
Tim, Callie's gonna pull a book out and be like, "Fuck, let me see," and she's gonna pull it back out of the bookshelf.
No, Callie, you
So
fucking
yeah, as you pull it open, again, you
yeah,
kind of see this flood of symbols. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
I will point
Oh,
the stream chat to
Not that
the
intelligent,
name underneath Callie, which is Callie the Impulsive. You are now seeing why.
She's also
Callie is
she's
also wearing
influenced.
a talisman around her neck. That is a chaos talisman. It allows us to jump between planes, but the longer you wear it, the more chaotic you get.
that's a
Callie
2022.
pretty chaotic.
Yeah. Roll a D100, please.
How do I do that?
So you take your D10 and the other one that looks like a D10 but has
2 numbers.
2 numbers on it.
Oh,
Roll
Bad
those
things
together.
happen no matter what. If you fail this intelligence saving throw, do you just forget who you are?
No, you get someone else's memories.
That sounds fun. We could have switched. It could have
What
been
do
my
I do?
Freaky
Oh,
Friday.
I got 65, which is tragic.
So close.
65. So so you, as the words before you start to kind of spiral and swirl into an unfamiliar language. What language do you speak?
I speak Common,
Celestial.
Celestial, High Tongue, and Orin.
Okay, perfect. So as the letters before you kind of start to swirl and form an alphabet you don't recognize, kind of beautiful, handwritten, very ornate language.
If I gain another language.
As you kind of see, as it sort of appears to you, you see, you instantly start to recognize it as it's kind of flooding into you. You now know how to speak and write Sylvan.
Oh, she just wanders around the world picking up languages by accident. This is insane.
I only know
Also,
two.
I want to point out, we were all disappointed that we were 4 short of the good number. But if she'd gotten that number, she would have probably forgotten how to make the sex. So,
However, as the knowledge kind of floods your brain, you can feel kind of like a pain kind of pulse in your head, and you do take 11 points of psychic damage as the information is just streamed into your brain.
Do I know that the language I just learned is Sylvan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I can speak it?
Yep.
Callie's gonna turn around and say, "I think I just learned a new language in Sylvan."
Fucking.
I don't think anybody else speaks.
My
Bullhorn.
comprehend language is still up, so I understand.
So you
her.
understand, yeah.
But I can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Callie's gonna look.
But I wouldn't remember that I cast comprehend languages.
no.
I understand you, but I don't know why.
Callie's just gonna keep speaking in Sylvan and be like, "Sucks that you guys can understand me."
Now. That's
Weird flex, but okay.
Did she just learn a language from the bullshit book?
Yes.
Seems like it, yeah.
I know that's...
Did I read the book?
Spooky, I think.
Read the book and then you got real confused.
I think what happened, it
Time.
depends on what book you read or how you read it. You and Letters both forgot something, I think.
I didn't forget anything.
Okay. Well, something...
There's just nothing there.
Oh.
Just a bunch of squiggles.
Right.
Okay, so there's a spectrum of like forget, get nothing, learn
Something.
I don't know. What does she sound like? What does Sylvan sound like, Tim?
It's beautiful. It's like very kind
I
of
hate
light
that.
and eloquent.
Suck it.
She
says. Callie says, "Suck it" in Sylvan.
Oh wow, I feel like I could just fall asleep to that. More of that, please.
She's not saying nice things about you.
I love it. No. It's not what she says. It's how she says it. Go on.
Who of us have yet to write in the book?
Have I written the book? What book?
No. Oh, we got a book that
The
when
legend.
you write in it, you get to ask it a question and it tells you an answer, but you got to be real specific about how you ask the question. But whatever you write in the book, you will forget.
The knowledge, you have to give up knowledge to get knowledge.
Did I write in the book? Because it seems like I've forgotten something.
Yes. No.
You've forgotten by way of other book. This book,
Other
you get
books.
to choose what you
This is
forget.
the worst library trip ever. Letters, why do we go here?
Cause I don't know. We needed to find the fucking seals, but apparently the one that we were supposed to be here to find is at the fucking broken coin that's at the fucking foot of a sarcophagus. And we got to be reverent. Oh, don't forget to be reverent, otherwise things will pop up and kill you. But that happens regardless.
Neppy walks up to the ledger.
Mhm.
And she is going to say a small little prayer. And she is going to write down her experience of the first time she ever drank Rila.
Okay.
The one that she on her Zaron.
Okay.
First time she ever drank Rila.
Yep.
Shit.
For people who are wondering, Rila is a ceremonial drink that the priestesses in Nepi's temple drink when there's celebrations. It's kind of like a mild hallucinogenic. It's ceremonial and very special.
Okay. Do you write down this kind of fond memory as it comes to you? And you fill out the page as you watch the ink disappears. The familiar phrase, pose your question, appears on the other side.
What is the history of King Velsum of Bacol?
Okay. So you write that, disappears. And then writing starts to appear on the other side. Born Molsov Bakal in the city of Amun-K. He was a beggar for most of his life, falling in love with the princess, Dela. He forged a dark bargain to gain the power to bring his people out of poverty. He made a deal with the mad god Tharizdun as he pulled in a number of mercenaries to coordinate an attack and the destruction of the Hand of Io. The first seal was broken, and Tharizdun rewarded him with a pact. He continued to live, his body decaying, but passing into lichdom. He has lived under many names, but has ruled as King Velsum for hundreds of years. He is a collector, seeking out the other seals. He has spent his entire life seeking and attempting to destroy the remaining seals. He now grows in power as each seal is broken. And it kind of continues to describe some of the more mundane details of his life, but it kind of goes through more intricately. But that's kind of the main kind of thread that you follow.
Neppy studies that. She just reads every line and commits it to memory. You see her. No, she wouldn't write it down for risk of something bad happening. Yeah, you just see her just studying this page.
I'm definitely looking over the shoulder. In the details, does it talk about what became of his princess?
Dela was killed. He killed Dela to destroy the first seal, using the blood of his beloved to destroy the seal.
Didn't we do that in a one shot?
We did do that. Tim, do you want to give a
You
little?
did. So for my birthday last year, I ran a one shot that was set in the past when all of this happened, and they were all the mercenaries who made this happen. But yes, and it also speaks of in that ritual, he split his soul into 3 parts.
Fucking telling all of you for months. He's got horcruxes. Fuck.
Velsum's
And
got whores.
It talks about
You heard it
splitting
here
it
first.
into the staff of Isilme. Part of it went into the hide of an Elfenshi, which is described like the way it's described. You put it together that's what Spooky's pants are made out of. And the other was set into an amulet.
The one he wears around his neck.
Yo, Spooky, you're wearing a Horcrux!
Neppy
Spooky's
just
got
Neppy
My
turns.
pants got a whole lot spookier.
Neppy turns around. Valsum is a lich.
Yeah.
What do we know about liches?
I know a thing or two about liches.
I get stitches.
No, traditionally they provide stitches if you are lucky.
No. It's a saying. Callie's also said this all in Sylvan, so no one but Spooky has understood it.
No, but I'm really enjoying it. Please keep talking. It's so eloquent. Oh my god, I love it.
The staff of Vasilme. Do we know what the staff of Vasilme is? That's what he's looking for. Another thing he would be looking for.
Would he be looking for it if he made it?
You would know. You do know what the staff of Vasilme is.
The moon staff, isn't it?
That you sent back.
In
In the very first session we ever played.
We love you, Tim. I
So-
hate all of
so-
this, but I love you.
So he has the staff, he has the amulet.
Tim.
He's
We
wearing,
have the pants.
He's wearing.
We
and
have
he-
the pants.
We have the pants, and
He
he.
doesn't know we have the pants, right?
I was just going to ask that.
They were hidden under your pantsuit at the reception of Callie and Kamea's wedding. So
He like sense when they're near because they're a part of him.
But he also did see through my illusion, so maybe his eyesight is
Saw through my other layer of pants.
maybe, I don't know. He seems like a bit of a creep.
So he will be seeking the pants, the Dela's betrayal. He'll be seeking Unbutu, the Titan in claw, and he'll be seeking what's in your chest, darling.
The
And
only
then-
benefit we have is that he doesn't know that Kokanee's alive, right? That's the
No.
only
He
thing
has a
we have
seal
up on him.
Not yet.
Like- Fingers crossed
they
that he
could
doesn't know that I'm alive.
scry at any time. We can't
Well-
protect him from that.
Can they scry? Would they scry on Kokanee thinking he's dead? And can they scry on a thing that they don't know what it is? Because who, outside of this group and the two others that were a part of this group at one point, know? Wait, they don't even know. Who apart from the people in this group know that he has a seal in his chest?
Nobody.
Lex?
The Lex in Caradoc. Any of the
Oh well, that's the link in our chain that's potentially weakest.
I'm not sure. This is a lot. Do we know anything about anybody named Malsav? Have we heard that anywhere before?
Matt's just doing a quick Google. Give him a sec.
I'm trying to see if Tim has a blog where he keeps all of his.
Yeah, dude.
Check on Reddit.
Set to
this is-
private.
This is Emma speaking. This is Emma speaking, and maybe I'm being a bit of a shit, but I'm sorry. The only one of us who actually knows anything about someone named Malsav is Letters. You read it in a book in the air elemental plane.
Oh yeah.
This is what we're talking
Note
about. guys.
taker. Let's give her a
Well,
hand,
no, I
folks.
took a note about it, but you know, there's a few fucking L daddies there. Let me pull up the.
You just fucking did you just top of the dome that, Emma? Did you just like that was?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's because she remembered the one shot and was like, "Well, it's just these. This is. I should remember this. This seems
No, but-
connected."
That wasn't
Who's
the
the-
one shot.
No, that was in the air elemental plane.
That's Letters read the book.
Yeah.
But
But you guys met Malsav.
Yeah, we all met Malsav. We all fucking
Oh,
met
did
That
we?
Malsav.
that
Yeah.
was the guy.
That's the guy that we tried to kill, that one shot killed almost one of us. Yeah, that was Malsav Bakal. You guys have been
Well,
saying
here's
this
what I've got written down
for
about
months.
Malsav. I have Malsav, also a lich. That is the extent of the note that Sean Bettner has taken.
1 second.
But I know that Letters
That's all it was.
read more. Malsav came up in lich studies. And Tim, if Letters knows more than
No, that was it.
than Sean
It was about liches, and he was one of
Getting
the three.
stitches?
One
No,
of the three
It's
names
just get
mentioned.
stitches.
No, Callie, please keep talking. I love it, but I feel like you're not understanding the fact that, okay, let me break down for you. Liches aren't really people anymore.
You
They
can't
are.
understand what she's saying, though. She's
Yeah,
saying it
no, but I
fluent.
understand like body language and like intonation, and
It's
you are
very-
giving out like shit disturber vibes all over the place.
He's
So I need
very
you to
perceptive.
understand. I am. I'm actually not. I'm a minus
You're
one in
not.
perception.
He's a
The
high
point is-
emotional intelligence.
That's also not true. But I know when people are fucking with me. My point is, liches are like Spooky or myself, generally wizards who like go so hard on magic that they basically don't have blood anymore. It's just like magic going through their blood, their bodies. So like if you were to cut them, they'd probably just stitch back together or whatever that particular lich has going on. And Malsav,
Liches are
Yeah.
undead, right, Tim?
after a fashion, yeah.
I know generally things about undead, but would Neppy have come across any stuff in her research, her time in her archives about liches?
I would say not beyond the sort of general, like people know about, like lichdom is a path that
Wizards can take.
wizards, generally powerful wizards can take. It's very dangerous. Not much is known about the process. It's not a well documented process. You don't know of any liches that exist. Like you haven't ever come across there, even if the ones that like are sort of written about loosely of notable wizards who have attempted lichdom or the process. There isn't much known beyond that if they were successful or not.
Right. Because I know that Neppy's order's gone after the Chain Oblivion. Thara's doomed for a long time. Any mention of liches by any of the high priestesses before? Anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Tim,
Mhm.
in the book I read,
Mhm.
there were 3 liches that came up.
Mhm.
Koriath, or Koriath,
Yeah.
the Divine Lich, Malsav, Lich maybe, and Jexar the Forgotten. Was there a chronology of them existing simultaneously or one after the other? Because I have a theory that if Volsum's been around forever and using different names, these 3 liches that I've learned about could actually just be him pulling a
It-
sneaky.
It doesn't speak of a timeline, but they all are accounts from different. It's not from the same person. They're all sort of different accounts that this person has pulled together in an attempt to sort of try and learn more about the process. These were kind of the stories and tales that they came across. So it's not immediately clear if they all existed at the same time, but like I said, they're all from different accounts. So that seem to vary with time. So there is a bit of time, you imagine, between them.
He's been alive for over 2,300 years.
And he was also super committed because he was able to sacrifice everything he loved for the cause. So we're not just talking about a fucking powerful lich, but a powerful lich who's drunk the Kool-Aid and is willing to sacrifice everything to serve his ends.
What's Kool-Aid letters? Kelly was
It's something we have
comment.
back in the Scar.
That's sort of like sand drink.
Yeah, it's we have different colored types of sand, and you mix it in with the water and make like a nice kind of mud, and you drink it, and it
Water?
scratches all the way down.
I didn't think there was water in the sky.
Yeah.
Letters?
No. Who said water? Obviously spider milk.
Yeah. it's just what we call water now.
Yeah.
Our water.
It's our water. I mean, Kool-Aid is what gladiators crave. I had to sort of after fights. I'd have to go and talk about how much I like Kool-Aid. Look, I like Kool-Aid, but no.
Is there anything else we wish to know that we are willing to give up knowledge for? Not through the ledger, not by, because we could do this all day, essentially.
How to get out of this room?
That's the one question.
There's the door. How to get to Bahamut room,
Yes.
or how to get to the next room. Although I feel like
What's behind the door?
How to get to the next room in our journey?
We can't go back there, Yana.
How to get to the next room in our journey is good.
Well, it's going to be Bahamut, right? It's going to be Bahamut.
Well, we
Because
don't know.
if we say Bahamut, and it's, fuck, you're right. Fuck this room. I hate this room.
This
Fuck
room,
you, Ione.
No.
No, hold on.
With reverence.
With reverence.
Ian, he doesn't mean that. I'm so
book
sorry.
just falls on your head. And then
Yeah,
goes right
okay,
back
that's
to its-
fair.
If we can figure out the question, I'm willing to give something up.
Is it your recipe for paella?
No.
Callie
it's-
says that in Sylvan,
never
so you don't
give that up.
understand.
I'm just going to quickly kick Callie out of the chat. Give me a second.
The question would be how do we continue our course forward towards the room dedicated to Bahamut?
Are we sure the next room's Bahamut?
I don't think we should say Bahamut. I think we
say, how do we find the next room in this tomb?
How do we
That's
find the
fine.
room in the
Progress.
tomb?
How do we progress forward to the next room in this tomb?
I like that.
Yes.
It rhymes.
Okay. So I step
She'll
forward to the
appreciate
book
that.
and I write down everything I can remember about this one really happy day that I had with my mum before she died.
Okay.
Just like a really in detail, all the stuff that he remembers with his mum this one day, and he writes that in.
Yeah, as you recount this incredible day with your mother, shortly before she grew ill and passed away, the memory comes flooding back quite easily as your tears kind of stream down your face. As you finish writing it, kind of hovers and disappears, gone from your memory. And the phrase, what was your question? And you write down,
how do we progress to the next room in this tomb?
kind of hovers for a second as the ink rises up again. You must heal the spirit of the priest.
We must go backwards.
I'm out of healing.
I'm not. I would like to try and right my mistake.
Can we rest here for a little while?
I still have healing left. Let me do that first before we rest. Would somebody come with me?
I'm just worried if we go into the next room.
The priest will. There would
My
be.
cheeks are wet.
Finnan, are you all right?
Yeah, I think there's a leak in here.
Perhaps.
No, there's not. You're fucking crying, bro. And Callie says that in Sylvan, so you don't understand.
I'm a nosy Nanzi, so I've been reading people's shit as they wrote it because I'm pinching the fire, and so I have been reading the shit that people have been writing and just keeping it to myself.
Okay.
And I have a knowing look at Finnan, and I don't say a goddamn thing. I don't let him know what he's done. That's my secret.
Kokanee, would you come with me, just in case?
I would love to.
I worry if we go into the next room and it's like the crush room or the drown room or all the other rooms that have almost killed us.
What?
I'm not in a good place. I'm pretty fucked up.
No, Finnan, we're going to rest here, but we have to go backwards to the room.
Spooky doesn't remember being crushed.
Oh, I understand.
No, I'm saying if we go back and we heal the bloke,
Right.
and then the door just whoop and puts us over.
But every time before... Oh, I guess you're
I'm just saying, do we
right.
want to take that chance? We have a nice little library. It's lovely.
You're right.
You're right.
we can just have a little nap.
Yana,
Maybe a long nap, because I'm feeling pretty rough.
I'm feeling
Would-
awful.
would you do me a favor and cast detect magic on this candle? Or oh fuck, I can do you one better. I know identify. Wait, I just fucking bought
Hi,
myself.
Sean.
Sorry about that. I got really excited. I forgot that
Went
I'm
invisible.
on the phone with it.
I can do you one better. I'm gonna leave.
I quit.
I'm out.
Um,
Letters out. Yeah, let me just cast identify on this candle. I want to know what it does because it will fuck us. I
Nappy,
have a feeling.
Do
yes.
I have like
what time is it? right now?
It's about
10 minutes. Starting to cast identify.
It's about 4:30 in the morning. We should sleep. We didn't get here until about.
When was the last time I called Kamea? It was early again. Was it even earlier? Would it be the same morning?
Yeah.
It would have been the previous morning, yesterday morning.
Yeah, because it was after the drown room or the
Drown
Laura
room.
room.
Oh, it was last.
Drown.
It was last night then.
Yeah, it would
so
have
it's
been.
Would it
last
be
night's night.
in the same stretch of sleep?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, Callie's not gonna call Kamea.
I think you're right, Finn. We should rest first, and I can heal the priest in the morning. Well, later in the morning. A rest would be welcome. I'm not fit, and I do not have much magic left.
Long rest or short?
Long,
Long.
If possible.
yes, long.
Okay.
like pretty good? Did I have like a good day? You guys sound like you had a really
No.
bad day.
No.
No.
It
No,
was
you had a bad day.
a bad
I
day.
had a bad day.
You almost died.
We've all had a kind of
What?
shitty day.
You notice that the back of your clothes is torn to shit.
This is a
Yeah,
nice
you fell-
pantsuit when I came in here.
You
Finnan,
fell into a
Finnan,
big.
Perhaps we.
You did really well, and you saved us.
Yeah,
Perhaps we-
you did
I
so
know
good.
that that's not true.
I cast mending on her pants.
So back up.
Jenny,
should-
Yes, of course.
If,
Jenny, question for about Spooky, because you said that Spooky was canon. It was going to be she was vegetarian now because she'd gone through a meat grinder. Now that she no longer remembers this,
Yes, no, because her dad was in a meat prison, and she's gone through a meat grinder. She was canonically a vegetarian for about 45 minutes. She doesn't remember that now, unless you explain
Back on the
it to
meat.
her.
Spooky will fill you in, but perhaps we should bed down to rest. We'll take a watch regardless, just in case something happens in the night.
Okay.
Okay, so you all kind of huddle around in this smallest chamber and get as comfortable as you can. After casting Identify, you recognize that there is an enchantment on the candle that essentially prolongs the life of it. But that is about it. It's just a long burning candle, essentially. It's not an ever burning candle, but it's a lesser.
I cannot discern any like triggers or anything.
Doesn't seem to. Nope. And like even in the sort of time that you've been here in the half hour, it hasn't really gone down at all.
I have been pinching the flame.
You've been pinching the flame.
That really
It's
sounds like
pinched.
a euphemism.
And the Flame is a good band name, also.
The flame.
Not bad.
Should
As
we
far as
set
I
up-
can tell, we can sleep here.
I think that would be wise. We know, at least we have some sense of what goes on in this chamber before we go into places where we do not. So
Okay.
should we set up a watch?
Yes,
I can take first watch.
I'll
Ooh, I
take
feel
first watch.
great.
So you two kind of set up across from the door. I won't have you roll perception checks as you're inside of a chamber and you're essentially just have your eyes trained on the door.
I will be
Um,
pinching the flame the whole
okay.
time because I do not trust this candle.
Okay. So you pinch that candle's flame. And you all get comfortable and bed down. The night passes. You slip into a not the most restful of sleeps. You do gain the benefit of a long rest, but you have kind of strange, somewhat tortured nightmares. You all it seems to be a flood of faces of people you've come across in your travels who have hurt you or wronged you. You all kind of wake up the next morning as you switch shifts and similar. The next watch goes through the same thing. You all kind of have sore jaws as if you've been clenching your teeth all night. And you feel a bit sore and stiff in the morning, but you have the benefits of the long rest.
All right, mark those long rests on your D&D Beyond, fellas.
Does anyone have anything they would want to do or say before we get started for the day? Any conversations they want to have or anything like that?
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Would I be able... Okay, this is a bit of a shiesty move, but would I be able to get up, because I'm not going to take watch, but would I be able to get up an hour early, cast Dark Vision on our 2 non-Dark Vision boys, and then take a short rest for an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that, so that they still
That's
have Dark
pretty
Vision.
fucked up to cast dark vision on somebody who's sleeping. Like, shouldn't you get my consent?
Oh.
We're all about consent. Here.
Letters.
Come on, man.
All right, no, fuck off, whatever it is, fuck off.
I'm gonna
Dude,
cast.
leave him.
I'm gonna let you see in the
I
dark.
am
I just cast it on
fucking
him.
sleeping. If we're not being attacked, fuck off.
I cast it on him.
I'm having nightmares about you fucking me over.
Letters only gets a
Me?
short rest.
And
He's
now
so
I'm
angry.
waking up to my living nightmare. You monster child. Sorry, I'm grumpy in the morning. If I haven't had breakfast. Can I get some spider milk? Fuck, I'm not in the scar.
Callie's gonna start talking to Letters in Sylvan. Just
I am
basically gibberish.
trying to sleep, you monsters.
Oh, I thought you were waking up.
No, you're asleep too, because we were both on the
Okay,
first
I
watch.
thought you were
can't
waking up.
fucking-
I thought you
No.
were waking up.
Finn woke me up. No, you're asleep. Fucking dream your sweet
this-
elephant
cast those
sylvan
spells.
dreams.
The second Neppy would wake up and noticed Yana was awake too, she'd go over to her. Do you want to know everything that happened yesterday?
Yeah, that would probably save us a lot of trouble further down the road.
Right. I'm going to make you some what we have for breakfast. Sit down, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
So I would just recall with Neppy's very good memory everything that happened in the 24 hours.
Right. So you kind of recount the last 24 hours for Yana.
And there would be it would be from Neppy's perspective, but almost like objective. She would be very matter of fact about what happened with Spooky in both the room dedicated to Arathis and also the room dedicated to Moradin. So she would be really quite matter of fact about those things.
Okay. So yeah, you all come to consciousness and you feel, like I said, somewhat rested, but sore and stiff. What would you like to do?
I suppose we should go back and heal that priest.
I think that's a good idea.
Perhaps we all go back. That way we can get our key.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Stick together.
And no necromancy. Anybody?
Maybe a little bit of necromancy.
No.
No
I'm a little bit of necromancy.
Callie would high five Spooky.
All right. Shall we?
All right. So you step
Let's
through
do
the purple arcane door, and once again find yourself in the Chamber of Palor. And you can see the priest is still there with the altar above, and the light is kind of floating there.
I have a question that if our final destination is the tomb, the actual tomb of the Raven Queen,
Yes.
and Spooky is currently wearing pants that hold a portion of the soul of a real bad dude,
Yes.
is that going to be a problem at all? Because
It might be.
I don't think we have a choice.
I don't have other pants.
I
She
also
doesn't have
would,
other pants.
and also on her, those pants on her body,
Those are fair.
with all of us alive, are safer than those pants off her body.
all right, hopefully the Raven Queen sees it that way.
I mean, she has had 2,376 years to be angry about many things. We will probably be the first people to visit her also in a long time.
Okie doke,
Shall we?
let's do it.
Yep.
Okay, so Neppy's gonna go back through the door.
Yeah, you head back through the door, find yourself in the chamber of Palor.
I'd wait until everybody came through with
Everybody
me.
comes in through behind you.
Finnan, when you grew, is the light the same size as it was?
Yep, it's about the size of a baseball.
Okay. I wonder if now there are two ways potentially I can do this, but I think it has to do with the light. I can potentially cast Great Restoration on this priest.
But that would heal his physical form.
Yes, not the light.
And the book specifically said heal his soul.
Heal his soul. You're right. You're right. And that is his soul. Then, yes.
I mean, it's maybe worth trying casting Greater Restoration on the orb, but...
And I suppose, yes. That would probably be, unless anybody has any other ideas.
I mean, like just straight healing is good as well, but...
I think a restoration first. Might as well. Why go with a smaller pittance when I can do a larger, potentially take larger steps. So Neppy goes and she puts her hands kind of cupping the orb, and with a quick prayer, I am going to cast. In my prayer, she's going to thank Palor for the chance to right her mistake, and acknowledge the mistake of casting necromancy in a room dedicated to Palor. And I'm going to cast Greater Restoration on the orb.
So you see as you...
That's a 5th level spell.
The divine magic kind of passes through you. You can see the light starts to grow larger than your hands. It kind of like spills over, and you can see as you kind of step back, you see the priest. The stonework seems to kind of fall away as you hear kind of a...
Neppy immediately bends down.
And you can see that the priest kind of begins to stand up, and as he does, you can just hear a thank you as you see his whole form kind of dissipates into that similar kind of light as it gets absorbed into the ball, and it kind of illuminates the entire chamber as you see it like rises up into the center of the roof and kind of hovers there for a second as the plinth kind of drops down into the floor as you see a stairwell appear.
Once more into the breach, shall we?
That's...
Down the stairs we go. Let's go.
Should we have a wizard watch on the stairs?
Hell yeah, let's watch for traps.
Callie would be behind Wizard Watch, so they
26.
Can get her plus whatever.
Yep. So you look down, and the stairwell goes for about 60 feet, and it's like a smooth kind of worked stone stairwell, and you don't see any traps as you pass down. You kind of all come down, and you come to a large what looks like a platinum door. It's like a large double door. You can see kind of handles protruding as you see a familiar relief of Palor, or not Palor, of Bahamut set into the door itself.
Is there draconic language written on the door?
There is above the symbol. You can see it says...
Never can read it.
Yeah, it says the Queen's Guard.
The Queen's Guard. Bahamut guards the Queen.
Are we just going to have to go in fighting? Like...
I don't think that should be the assumption we should make, but...
Because Bahamut is about the law, right? He's the law, not justice. No, he's justice.
Yes.
Okay.
And the law, if as two halves of the same coin. He and Palor, quite...
I'm just saying, he has the moral high ground, right? Like...
Tim, can I ask for, like, Neppy would know. Can I ask for clarification on that one?
They occupy a similar realm in the sense of Bahamut is sort of seen as the ultimate sort of lawful good, like the sort of pinnacle of piety and what like paladins striving to be their sort of best selves often fall into that kind of like into Bahamut, following Bahamut. Palor is more is a bit more broad. It's sort of general good, and there is a law about it, but it's less rigid. Bahamut is kind of generally more rigid in his belief, whereas Palor is a more broadly accessible deity. It's like a lot of common folk, because he's also the god of the sun, kind of worship him for harvest and crops and things like that. So it's like they're both good, but I would say that Bahamut is more kind of the more rigid.
So if there was ever a place for observance of all rules and reverence, pretending to be the most pious, the most attentive to your Demelan lessons, Finnan, this would be the place to go.
More attentive. My what?
Yes.
Oh, my Sunday, my Demelan day school, my Demelan school lessons.
Yes.
Right. But again, I was very inattentive during all of that.
Yes. So perhaps not fucking around with anything.
Have I fucked around in this temple at all?
Actually, no.
No, you've
Perhaps
been
not.
pretty good.
So perhaps all of us.
Quite undeserved.
Because I'm 18 now, so I'm mature.
My question is,
Nebby
if
just
you-
pats him on the shoulder.
Yana pats him as high as she can.
Yana, don't
It's his
touch my butt. Yana, permission first. We've talked about this.
Definitely did not touch his butt.
I said butt too, so.
It's too
I
close.
was going to touch him on the butt just because. My question is, if we needed to see royalty and we needed to get past someone's guard and we didn't have an invitation, how would we do that? Before we go in against what I assume are going to be platinum dragons.
Also, this would be the most lawful guard, so no bribery.
Mm-hmm.
Truth, honesty,
nicely.
and ask very fucking nicely.
If we do ask nicely, like, no, how can we sweeten the deal? Not necessarily bribe, but I'm like,
But
convince them that we are worthy of being seen, or that we have something that's important for her to see. It's in her best interest.
We may need to state our purpose with them. So perhaps we should clarify as of right now, since knowing the seal is broken, what is our purpose here?
I thought our purpose was to find the seal, but I mean that.
Well, perhaps we start with that. We came to observe if the seal was intact and to, check on all its safety, learning of its broken nature. We wish to see our journey through and attempt to right some of the wrong that has been perpetrated against the Raven Queen with her untimely death.
I mean, that's our thing, right? Like, we want to make things right with the Raven Queen. I mean, if we can. It seems like nobody else has ever come here. Nobody else gives a shit. But like we do.
I also have a theory. I've been thinking on this for a while, and I don't think the individual gods built this. I think one person did.
Who?
I think Nephthisiket did.
That would make sense. The first room to get in here was Nephthisiset's room.
She guarded the gate. The gate was in her room. She would be seeking to pay penance for her sister's betrayal. I know that
That's how you get by a guard. You drop the name of the boss. Nephthisiket sent us, which she did.
She did. She sent
did.
me, and by extension all of you.
We're your posse.
You're not.
Yeah, you're the boss.
The boss.
I'm not the boss. I am the
Family,
boss.
You're the boss, dude. You're
Dude,
definitely
you're
the boss.
I think Neppy, for us to move forward as a team, you need to accept your role as team leader.
Well, maybe not boss. Definitely matriarch. How does that sound?
I'll take that. Yeah,
That
matriarch is
feels
good.
like a pretty good middle ground.
Yeah, Neppy,
I
you're
mean-
definitely the mom.
Oh, yes.
Well, we're using the word matriarch now. It's
I'm-
more
Yes.
reverent.
I'm nobody's mother, but I have
Not
mother.
yet, eh, Kokanee?
Debbie just blushes. She's fucking.
He's out.
Kokanee definitely does the equivalent of turning the camera off, but in game.
He just goes into a fugue state.
Neppy blushes so hard she's like purple.
Oh my god. I think
Um,
Incredible.
I think that we could also say that part of our reason to come here was to make sure that the seal, if there was a seal here, wasn't going to fall into the wrong hands.
and even the broken pieces should not fall into the wrong
To the
hands.
wrong hands.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree, Kelly. Absolutely.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Come see the queen. I love this. We're really getting the guard's head now. I love
Let's
it.
do it. Let's go.
All right, shall we?
Oh,
Do you
Real
just wanna
quick,
go so we don't talk about
if
babies
things
anymore?
do break bad, like, we are all ready to beat up some guards, or do we have a plan B?
Yeah, some guards.
If I would say, unless they aggress towards us,
Mm-hmm.
we do so only in self-defense, providing trying to get through the room while doing minimal damage.
Okay,
They
just to
throw the first
clarify,
punch. They
just
throw
to
the first punch.
just to clarify here, because I think we had some miscommunication in the.
Callie, could you speak in common, please? I mean, it's beautiful. I love it, but
She
Now
is
that's
speaking
funny.
in
I don't
common now.
understand it anymore either.
Callie is speaking in common now. She'd be like, I think we had some miscommunication in
oh god, that's
the room
so
of
grating.
Arathis.
Actually, go back.
Yes.
I prayed to a door instead of when I probably should have broken down the door. Am I allowed
Right.
breaking things in here if it comes to the chance
If-
we're all going to be crushed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Life or death.
I think-
Reverence can maybe we can
Suck it.
stretch. Wait, not suck it. Reverently, we can reverently suck it.
We're in the place to follow the rules. There
Okay.
will be rules
do
in this place, so we should do that.
Let's go in.
Let's do it.
Wait, before we go in, Callie,
Finnan.
should you not have that necklace on?
Absolutely. Please.
I want to keep it on. Fuck you guys.
We will give it back to you immediately. afterwards.
Just for this room, just for any chance, it should honestly be on Neppy, because her most chaotic day, she's following at least 98% of the rules. Your most chaotic day, you've burnt down an orphanage and you're laughing drunk outside of it naked. So there's a bit of a divide there, if you ask me.
Callie, wait. Callie remembers she's a fucking orphan, right?
And
Yeah.
she-
Yeah. You just you forgot the last
The
foster
last-
home.
Nice joke to make to an orphan, Finnan.
Wait, did
I'm
that
sorry,
not happen?
No,
I
that
assumed
didn't
that
happen.
happened before I got here. Well, just so you know, Callie, that 100% checked out in my knowing of you. That, like,
Callie also loves children.
look.
No,
we
I'm not
all
saying
love
she'd
children,
kill the
but
children.
I
I'm
hate
saying she would
orphanages.
burn down the physical orphanage after evacuating the children. I'm not saying she'd harm the kids, but she'd definitely burn down a building. Tell me she wouldn't.
Who would evacuate the kids and then burn it down?
Just make them.
Wait,
Someone who grew up in an orphanage and really hates the system.
In
Of-
um,
I'm
There's a-
talking myself into a hole. I'll
there's-
stop.
I was going to say there's a phrase in that we say in Infernal. It's when you've reached the bottom of the pit, stop digging.
Because
We-
otherwise you'll find demons. Yeah.
In Wolverine, we say, "Dig up, stupid."
Right. So Kelly, I would say leave the choice is in your hands, and I trust you to make the right one, whatever right means to you. But you've been wearing that for about
3.5 weeks now.
Has it been 3 now?
Yeah.
I thought it. Okay.
Time flies when you're feeling chaotic.
We sailed for like 2.5 weeks.
Mhm.
And you were wearing it for at least a while before that. So I'm happy to take it if you would like it. Yes.
I trust myself.
I will say you did read a book immediately after Yana lost memories of her like past day. You just immediately went for a book, like, yummy, give me some of that. So just more sort of something to think about.
That did pan out, but
yeah, again,
if Kelly
like
believes,
your luck.
If Kelly believes she can make the right decision when the time comes to it, then I trust him. I trust him. And that is what we're going with, because we go on faith. And Neppy would start walking towards the door.
Okay, so you get to the door. Yeah, you open the door, I assume?
Yep.
Okay, so you kind of push open. You can feel as you push open the door, you kind of hit with this wave of heat as you step out onto
No thanks.
stone platform. You can see a chamber quite illuminated. Before you is probably about 80 feet across and kind of almost starts out wide and then kind of gets narrower. As you can see, there's 2 platforms on either side. There's a platform in front of you about 10 feet ahead, and then beyond that there looks to be 2 other platforms. And at the far end of the chamber you can see large obsidian doors that have that are open into what looks like a large staircase ascending. And you can see there is a large figure on the ground beyond the stairs, and you can see between all of these platforms, there is just our cat's being weird.
She's so weird. She's gonna fall so bad.
It's pretty funny though.
This is the cat.
Which one?
Rogue. She's like climbed up on top of the wingback chair, and she's the least graceful cat, so she's gonna fall.
And cat cam.
Yeah, we need a cat cam.
You can see between these stone pillars is magma. There is lava all throughout.
Hate that.
Hate that.
So
I'm gonna go get the cat.
I got her.
Yeah, you're on a platform. Oh, she came down.
10-foot gap.
10-foot gap. There's another circular platform.
Circular platform.
On either side of before that, probably about 10 feet to the left and right hand side, there is 2 other stone platforms. From the middle platform, there's about 10 feet to the platforms on the far side, and then 10 feet from those. So I guess the platforms themselves are about 80 feet to the other side. The platforms themselves look to be about 10 by 10.
Do you see any?
So it's like a
guards or anything in the room?
Like a grid. Or...
kind of. If you want, there's a map of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a visual.
Oh yeah, show me the goods.
One sec here. It's buried under the other one.
While we're finding the visual aid, I would recommend before we
this fight is
forward,
not sponsored by Dwarven Forge, but if you wanted to sponsor us, please sponsor us.
Guys, you guys don't sound desperate. Don't sound desperate.
I'm desperate
to
sell out.
Go away, Dwarven Forge. We don't care. We don't want sponsors. Whatever.
No.
Dwarven Forge wanted a meeting. I wouldn't give them the time of day.
Fuck what Sean is saying. I'm desperate to sell out. I'll play whatever you want. I don't care.
Oh shit!
There's so much lava, Tim. Timothy, that's so much lava. Can you make it less lava? Can you get your eraser out and just lessen that lava?
Also,
Crayon.
it's orange crayon.
Because I have a 2-year-old.
There's also some really nice yellow shading in here with some yellow crayons.
It's a little bit lost.
Because it's art.
So before we really get into the shit, I'm thinking we have like 24, about a half an hour left before we need to wrap up. So just keep that in mind, everyone.
Just because there's a map doesn't mean we're going to fight.
No, there's not going to be a fight.
It's fine. We're not going to roll initiative.
Unfortunately, because we've done this before we did.
Adam keeps cutting in and out.
What is
Also-
she doing?
I don't know. Is she following a bug?
It must be a bug. Or she has to poop.
Cat
I don't
cam, cat cam, cat
Cat.
cam.
I love this because I can't tell if you're saying cat cam or cat cam. Both. Cat
All right,
cam.
so-
All right, that sounds like it's
and
better.
like I said, you can see on the other side there's two similar double doors. They're larger obsidian doors that are open into what looks
Open.
like a
Ooh.
staircase that ascends, and there is a figure, a huge figure, on the ground
Broken.
beyond the doors. It's hard to make out at this distance.
Those doors should not be open. Why are those doors open?
Shall we go find out?
Because the
Yes.
fucking seal's already broken. Valsuna's already here.
How far are the jumps?
They're about just over 10 feet.
I say before we go jumping on anything, let's just announce ourselves like we were coming to meet a queen
Yes.
and declare our intentions.
Perhaps we will take a pose of deference. Maybe not as much as prostrate, but
Yep.
a knee or kneeling, perhaps.
I can take a knee.
Yeah, Nebby kneels, fluffs her skirts around her. She kneels down.
I also do that.
Pull your skirts around.
You fluff your skirts?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
I fluff my little
Okay.
trousers.
Okay.
Come
that
on,
is-
kneel, fuckers.
Ellie
I'm
would
kneeling. You don't notice that much of a difference, but I'm kneeling.
Lettuce, would you like to announce us? You are the performer.
No, I'll fuck this up. You do it. Because you're the representative of Neptisic Cat.
I am, yes. Good morning. We are Blackwater. We are sent. I am High Priestess Nepentha of Temple Neptisiket at Temple Fimenis from the Amonkhet Peninsula. We are sent here by the goddess Neptisiket to originally seek the seal that was left in the Forgotten Expanse. Upon learning of its sundering, we sought to see through our mission and to pay penance or to attempt to right the wrong against the Raven Queen. A wrong that was done 2,376 years ago. We wish to honor her as she deserves to be honored. I say this in her name, with her grace.
So yeah, the words kind of echo throughout the chamber. Nothing seems to happen.
Well, at least we've announced. Sorry, you're hearing an echo through my mic and Tim's mic about Rogue. She's either hungry, needs to poop, or has seen a bug. One of the three.
Ghost. Maybe she saw a ghost.
Oh, ghost.
I hope it was a ghost.
Spooky.
Tim and I
So-
are going to be rolling initiative.
Yeah, Tim and I are rolling initiative after you all leave for us and the ghost. Should we fly
She's
out?
staring at me, meowing, pleading with me.
We want to fly over them? I could fly.
I can get some fly going.
We might. They said this was the Queen's guard. I see no guard in here. So perhaps we can. The guard might be in the magma. The guard might be the stones themselves. They might come from the walls or the ceiling. Or perhaps that figure at the bottom there was her guard.
Let's go find out.
Do we want to just take a look around? I'm good at the small stuff. But do we see anywhere on the ceiling where
Is there
bad
any
guys could
other?
come
Is
from?
there any writing? Is there any writing in the room, Tim? Any platinum or anything like that either?
No, it's a. It is the stonework is quite ornate. but you do not seem like you can tell that there may be some kind of relief on the large obsidian doors, but you can't tell because they're open. You just
Right.
kind of see the edges of it. You can't really see what it is. I'll have whoever's leading this, make a perception check.
I should. Unless Finnan. No, I mean my perception's probably the same as yours.
+9.
Thanks, metagamers.
Sorry. 17 plus 9, so 26.
You can see there is the figure that is lying on the ground. Seems to be in some kind of armor. You can just kind of catch a glimpse as the lava is kind of moving. The light is kind of glinting off of it. It looks to be quite shiny, quite beautiful.
Perhaps that is Aegis, the displaced. Do I see?
Sorry, just to recap, there's a person lying in front and there's a sarcophagus that they're lying in front of?
No. It just goes up into a stairwell beyond. You can't beyond the double doors, they're open.
Right.
There's a large figure, a huge figure, kind of sprawled out. You can just kind of see the edges of it at the bottom of a large staircase that seems to ascend beyond your sight.
That does make sense, that the sarcophagus is beyond. And there's just open space between us and the pillars over. Is there any what's the ground surface? Is there loose dust?
Worked stone.
Dirt?
You can see, you would actually see with your perception, you can see there is a bit of kind of dust that's collected, and you can see that some of that is disturbed on the two far platforms, the farthest away from you, towards the other end where the door is.
Can I collect up a handful of dust, just enough to and then can I stand between the edge and one of the pillars and just throw the dust out?
Passes into the
falls. Okay. I was thinking maybe there was an invisible walkway. I don't know.
That's clever. I'll cast a fly spell. Callie,
worried.
Pop those wings and we'll ferry people over.
Yeah, if that's what we want to do.
Don't even worry about jumping over lava. Just
what if? Remember the room where we went in and we couldn't do magic at all? What if there's bars or a wall of that, so that while you're flying, you just fall? Can you?
I can cast a firebolt from here to there.
Maybe nothing damaging. I'm going to cast Mage Hand and just push it away from me as far as I can. Try to get to the platform.
Travels over the platform. Continues on.
I lay it on the platform.
Yeah, just kind of rests on the platform.
I defer to you, who will be doing the ferrying.
Callie would pop her wings out.
Sweet.
And
I cast fly. Let's do this.
she'd fly to there's a platform right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to come with me? First go.
Take Spooky.
The two of us will take one together, just in case something does happen. There's a fallback. So Spooky, you'll go first because you're tiny. Yeah.
Wee.
Okay, but we both grab an end spook.
Wee.
So you're able to fly Spooky with ease over to the center platform. You land. You get a better look at the figure, and you can see that it is armored, and it seems to be lying motionless.
Should we get everyone to the center platform first before we go to the end platform?
Didn't we just go to the end platform? Where did we just get to?
We just went to the one in front of us. There's
the middle platform.
There's this one, there's one in front of us, and then the end, and then there's two here and kind of two back here.
I don't know if this is a good idea, but looking at all these platforms, what if we all stood on one?
The doors are open.
There's nothing, potentially there's nothing to be guarded anymore.
Okay, yeah. Fly to the...
Yeah, shall we fly Yana over to the far end?
Yeah.
You fly Yana over to the far end, and you now see before you a huge armored figure, creature of some kind. Oh,
What happened?
I'm doing that.
somebody
Okay.
spotlighted the video. You see before you a massive like plate armored figure. A large sword is resting on the ground beside it. You can see it's like the visor it's wearing is draconic like, and you can see large metal wings kind of resting over top of it. And it seems to just be lying motionless. And as you look, you can now see up the stairs ascend about 60 feet, and it looks like there is another huge figure at the top of the stairs, kind of half on the top of the stairs, and his legs are kind of just hanging over the edges of the stairs, also lying motionless. And you can see that there is a much larger chamber up above.
Well, no immediate danger, not to us at least, as far as let's get everybody over before the spell breaks. Yana, you want to take a look at this guy, see what you can glean?
Does this
From
mean
where I am, I'm not going to move.
Does this mean that there's going to be someone? Does that mean there's? Callie would start whispering. Does that mean there's going to be someone up the stairs?
Could do, but I reckon whoever came here broke it and is gone by now. But
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. I think we get the whole party over first things first. And
Yes.
take it from here.
So you ferry one at a time, so you're able to share the load between the two of you, and you're easily able to get everybody across. As you all collect on the far platform now, where the double doors are, you can see on the obsidian doors the relief of the mask of the Raven Queen that kind of goes over both doors and is now pushed open. As you all stand at the bottom of this large flight of stairs, what would you like to do?
I would like to investigate this gentleman on the ground.
Make an investigation check.
Yes, baby. Natural 1 for a 9.
It is huge, and whatever the armor is made out of is incredibly heavy, and you're not able to move any part of it. It is solid. There does not look, as you kind of look inside the visor, it's quite dark, and you're not really able to see if there's flesh or stone. It's difficult to kind of make out inside of the armor. So yeah, it's some kind of metal, it looks quite beautiful, but the creature seems to be dead.
Okay. Yep, he seems dead. Let's mosey on.
Shall we? I'm also aware of time here too. Do we want to get everyone over and then?
Yeah, I think just get everyone over and then we can wrap it up.
Why don't you just go to the top of the stairs?
Yeah, Tim.
At the top of the stairs.
We
maybe.
I go to the top of the stairs.
We go to the top of the stairs.
We go to the top of the stairs.
Better ending for the night.
Kokanee
Oh, you
Buck.
know.
We're just gonna
March.
end it here by these doors.
Fine. Okay, if we want a cliffhanger, let's
Okay.
let's
Of course
we
fuck
do.
it. Yeah, of
So-
course we do.
As you walk up the stairs, you ascend into a massive, sprawling chamber. You can see as you come up, thousands of urns can be seen in shelves that line the walls of the chamber. And there is a massive pool of a dark red liquid, and rising from the center of it, leading for probably what appears to be maybe 100 feet, maybe 120, there's an obsidian walkway that goes all the way down the center. And you can see it comes to a platform where a sarcophagus sits. You can see the lid is cracked and has tumbled to the side. A figure you can just make out on the walkway, on the edge of the walkway near the sarcophagus, lies crumpled. And about 10 feet above the cracked sarcophagus, you can see a figure floating. It appears to be holding something. The figure itself appears to have wings, however, they're not extended, but they look feathered but sharper. A small bit of white can be seen from the face as it's bowed, difficult to make out. As you move in a bit closer, you can see what little light is in this room. There is kind of a dim ambient light from chandeliers suspended in the ceiling of the caves. You can see it's glinting off some kind of black armor, clearly battle-worn and broken. As you stand there, the figure looks up, and now you can see a broken white mask, large cracks. You can make out blood seeping down from the one eye as the whole mask is cracked along the mouth. You can see a red glow behind the eye socket.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
And the face, the hood now pulled back, you can see a jagged metal crown. Looks to be maybe feathers. Bloodstains are visible on the white mask, and you can see the figure is holding a curved black blade glowing with red runes dripping with what appears to be blood.
Oh my.
Like the risen figure over the pool is holding
Mhm.
the blade. Is it the same blade that killed the Raven Queen?
Very similar, but the runes are red, not yellow.
Those are red.
As you hear a voice echo through the chamber. Thank you. You have freed the matron of vengeance.
No.
What? It's nice.
What? Timothy, what? No!
Oh God, shit, fuck.
All right, well, so, fuck. But thank you, everyone who stuck around the whole time. You guys are
Thank
awesome.
you so much, chat.
So
Thank you.
much. We
Are gonna be back on Friday.
Friday. We
Yeah.
won't. Nothing's set in stone yet, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, we'll announce it on all of the stuff. If you want to follow us on Instagram, BlackwaterDnD, there's all different places. Most of you know us anyway, so you'll probably be able to find out that way. But if you don't know us and you want to find
follow
out,
us on Twitch.
or you can follow us on Twitch, and it will announce when we start. But again, thank you guys for sticking around. You were awesome. The amount of you made us like constantly in the top 10 streaming channels
Amazing.
that were streaming Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So that's pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, we love you all. Thank you very much. Hopefully see you Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Bye. Oh, wait. Before we go.
It's the goat salute. That's the goat salute. Go.